smartest man.
Keeping it 100.
And so the Bears are sending their compensatory fourth-round pick to Jacksonville for Nick Foles.
I know we need to run the ball more. I'm not an idiot.
Keeping it 100.
Open competition.
Keeping it 100.
Draft Dr. Phil and the smartest man.
Chicago Bears select Cole Kmet.
Guess who's back? The two dudes that kept it real. The dynamic duo that you love, the smartest man at Dr. Phil. Breaking down the film, never a problem, kick it straight. Most shows focus on stats, we focus on the tape. We keeping it 100, never running east or west. We coming with that truth, cause that's what our fans expect. Cut off the freaking anchor, moving forward to be free. But don't you worry, Shayne's got the dumbest tweets. It ain't no secret, Phil and Shayne got some haters. But now they're mouthed up like the true and now and laters. Debaters, stars get kicked like Coach Tabor. Cuts had to be made, we added a barber moderator. Up and down, boys got you double checking. Sad sack strolling like a fool drunk texting. Flexing on the truth cause you know they'll never change. Real, recognize real, that's what you get with Phil and Shayne. 100's what we do when we're breaking down the Bears. Fuck a play or a captain, all of the upstairs. The tape never lies, the truth you see, we analyze, so there's no babies like Maybelline. Straight to the truth with acumen and facts. We got a stat nerd, but he's not just giving nerd stats. Car crash, big impact like Max Sack. Every Wednesday night you got the smartest and Phil back. Now we know you're smiling like a fat kid with fun dip. We're back better than ever and we're keeping it 100.
Keeping it 100, baby.
Keep it 100.
Draft Dr. Phil and the smartest man.
Keeping it 100.
Draft Dr. Phil and the smartest man.
Keeping it 100.
Draft Dr. Phil and the smartest man.
Keeping it 100, baby.
Keep it 100.
Keeping it 100.
That's the 6th holding call this season, 10th penalty overall on Charles Leno, the left tackle.
Yeah, well, Charles Leno is a penalty machine.
If I can show you the tape, the good, the bad, and the splendid, tell me, coach, now, when did Charles get his assignment right? If I can open your eyes, showing you blunder by blunder, zone blocks outside when they're under, Cohen always bouncing it outside. A whole new line, a new do crew to block for true. No one to walk alone, just give them most. Win the line by double teaming. Whole new line, a dazzling crew that blocks for true. But from the all 22, O-line's confused, certain that we need a whole new line. We need a whole unbelievable block. Overwhelming mistakes, sloppy blocking and holding. Can't remember the last pen game. A whole new line, 1,000-yard rusher for us to see. A brand new hip star, help Mitch go far. We can't go back to the line we used to be.
This offensive line can't block a lick.
Offense number 72. 10-yard penalty. Repeat first down. Still uses the hands. Snap to the face. Offense number 72. 10-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
A whole new line. That's what we need. what we need. A whole new life for Mitch Trubisky.
The tape never lies. Never does.
The tape never lies.
Yeah, well, Charles Leno is a penalty machine.
The following show is for mature audiences only. Shy City Sports.
And that's been the main thing, just coming back. I just want to make sure that these coaches are hearing what I have to say.
Big plays are nice. They're good.
And taking the factor that the input that I want to have in this offense coming back and just running things that I'm comfortable with and things that I feel like will have success this weekend. So just get on the same page as Coach Laser. I'm looking forward to the opportunity to working with him. It's been great all week, just communicating, being on the same page, working through things. And I feel like he's going to put us in a good spot to be successful this weekend.
But whatever it is, I know this. We better wake our tails up. Every freaking coach on the staff, every player better wake up and start understanding where we're at. Have some personal pride. Have a freaking sense of urgency. Know where we're at. Have some pride into who we're playing for and why we do this. And then go find a way to win as a team. That's my challenge to every single person in that building this week is that. And so yesterday was flat out embarrassing.
You had no fucking shit.
And our guys know it. I'm not telling you something they don't know. They know it. But we're gonna step up, and all coaches, all players, and we got 5 games left. So for us, it's our own personal challenge as to where we're at and how we're going to do this thing. But that performance yesterday is ridiculous and can't happen. And obviously that starts with me.
Listen, this needs a complete reboot. But at some point, Mitchell Trubisky needs to understand and valuing the football is paramount. He's got to throw the ball much better. And so this has been a failure when it comes to the draft pick. I think it's going to cost Matt Nagy his job, potentially their general manager, Ryan Pace, and Mitchell Trubisky probably a new home.
Is the offense better with Mitch in there, Alan?
I mean, that's something to say. Again, I'll have to go back and look at the film, stuff like that. But yeah, I'm not sure.
Do you hear me now?
There he
we
is.
go. Sprint got you over there. Can you hear me now?
Oh my goodness!
Take a lap, Coach.
I'm so happy. The only thing I don't like you doing, Phil, is cursing so much. You don't have to.
I can't help it.
Bears, you can't do it. I'm telling you, I don't mean to criticize you because I know how you feel. You love this team ever since you were a boy. But I got to tell you, looking tonight, I made all these notes and I said to myself, first of all, this is a great, you said it, this is a great rivalry. How are they playing? They're like footsie. It was just like nobody cared. It was unbelievable.
There is a conspiracy in my stomach. I want to ask you if this defense was like, I fucking hate this fucking head coach. And they went out there and purposely laid down and didn't play hard.
Maybe that's
the and the offensive line, aside from fucking 72, which I don't know if he's got pictures of the owner nude or what's going on. But at some point you just have to freaking call it what it is. Even I thought Affetti handled himself well at the right tackle. Shane, I was surprised with that.
I thought the pass protection was decent tonight.
Yeah, it improved. It improved tonight.
Much better than it's been,
But
and
you
that's
could
on
see
first
him.
glance.
You could see him. He's not strong enough physically from the bottom down, from the rear end down.
Oh my God, he just
gets pushed right back into the quarterback.
He's so soft. He's like Dairy Queen. He's soft served every play.
Holding
Offense, number 72.
Matt, are you concerned about your job after a loss like this?
Yes.
How do you
Thank
defend
you,
where the
Jason.
team's at right
Holy cow, Legion.
No, I'm not. I just think that right now with our team that
Oh, you're not? You
this is
should
tough
be.
through
We're strong in the locker
that you
room.
go through.
If
And
you
it's
said
about
Here it
fighting
comes.
adversity.
Yo, this is Claudio the Barber. This is Shy City Sports Keeping It 100. Thank you. No music. Thanks for the no music. So listen, after that game, I got one thing to say, man. Fire everybody. That's it. It's just ridiculous. So we got a great show for you tonight. We got David Kaplan from ESPN 1000 coming on. And so let's bring these fuckers back in here. Where are they?
How do you know it was me?
Thanks, Shane. You fuck. you can't.
I know
how to do that. You can't even fucking get the open right.
He comes in. What do you think we should do? How do you guys want to roll this? So we tell him, and he goes exactly opposite.
You told me how to
we-
do the open. I did it exactly
And you,
what
no,
we
you
said.
did it exactly opposite.
No.
End it.
End it with
End
the
it
Keeping
with
It
the-
100
Of
song.
course.
Well, you got to
Of course.
say that. I
That's
did it
what we
the other
said.
way.
Yeah.
No, you didn't.
That's what
I
we
wish we were recording it.
Oh, dude, you got me. This team got me drinking.
Did you have fun with the song, Claudio?
Oh man. Yeah, it was great, man. That was a great open. Everybody in the chat, I was reading up. People were loving it. It was a great
Yeah,
job.
well,
your
that's
vocals
what
can
you
get
do
a
when you
little
put
better,
it together.
but,
I
you
mean,
know,
I'm singing every
you gotta
part
work on
of the
that.
song.
No, it was. It was good. It was.
I'm not
it was
trying
real
to.
good. It
I
was
didn't
funny.
have
They
a
had me
professional
laughing.
studio and backup vocalists. I had to like sing the high notes for God's. Steph can't sing a
Yeah,
lick.
Steph, she's got a voice.
She's like Charles Leno, and blocking her singing.
She's not listening right now, obviously.
No, she is probably, and she'll admit. Listen, I can't sing. I'm the singer in the house.
That was good though. That was. How long did that take you to put that
Takes a
together?
while, man. I had to like harmonize the vocals, so. and
We don't
then
have a good football team to break down, so we got all the fucking time in the world.
We had a little bit of time because you played Sunday night, so I was able to do that Saturday.
Yeah.
Sunday I was working on it, but Acevedo was supposed to get me all this Leno cut ups and all this stuff, so I just took whatever I had in my photo camera roll and I just put it from the tape Never Lies. I just put.
It's not hard to find
that's-
bad Leno
that's pretty
plays.
easy.
It's a pretty easy thing to do. But your tape
The
never
tape
lies.
Never
dropped
Lies
too
is
today.
out.
That was real good. I hope.
Yes. Claude's a little behind on my end too. Is he doing that for you? No,
really?
you're
No audio?
you're like a
Saying
kung
no
fu
audio.
movie. But now I see you on
Let me go
time.
out.
But I think people on YouTube are seeing you off.
Oh, really?
Gotta shout out my boy
Should I
Big
leave
O.
and come back up?
Big O, bro.
Yeah, just bounce, Claude, and come back in. He's got some audio going on. There's you hear
Oh,
that?
I hear that. Oh, now it went silent.
Yeah. So
There's always something with
Yeah.
StreamYard. It
welcome
never-
back, Claude. You sound a lot
I
better.
thought that was Coach Nagy.
Thanks, dude.
You have a lot of air going on behind you, Claude.
I think it's because it's coming out of his computer and not his mic.
Oh, no, you know what? The fan in this computer is loud as hell, and it's right near the microphone. Is that better?
a little bit, maybe.
A little bit. We gotta get this.
Could you
fixed.
throw the fucking computer out the window? Maybe try that.
No, that's my computer.
Oh.
Yeah. He's got this computer. Listen, I'll just put it on Front Street. He's got this computer. What is it, an Air Pro, Shane?
Yeah,
MacBook Pro.
MacBook
Pro.
Pro, right? So if you are a computer person, we need you. Claudio needs you in his life because his daughter spilled something on this computer, and this rich family just gave it to the daughter after she spilled on it. We'll get our other daughter a new one. Don't worry, it's $2,000. It's nothing. And now Claudio has this computer that if needs a new, what is
Needs
it?
a whole new motherboard. So
Motherboard.
it's like-
So if somebody could do that, reach out to Shane or me or Claudio.
Yeah,
and
'cause
then
Apple said it would be like $700-800 or something.
yeah. Well,
Not
We
making
need
enough.
someone to do that. If
Not
you're
making
good
enough.
at that, let's do that. It's been a rough
So am I
week.
better now? Or should I try to...
I
I'll
can't
just leave. You
move
guys can
closer
talk.
to your mic. Bring your mic closer. Let's see if let me hear you talk, not tap.
Leno sucks.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like you're coming out of the mic, right, Shane?
Yeah, there's something going on there.
All right, well, I'll let you guys talk. I'll
All right. Just get the comments.
Oh, listen
He
how much,
left-
listen
he
how
left-
listen how
he
nice
left.
that sounds.
He left fully.
Yeah,
Listen,
now he's back.
What a wonderful open, a whole new line. It starts up front, Shane. The
Sure
tape,
does.
The tape never lies came out today. For patrons, you got the 47 minutes of rivalry lost, as I titled it, because right now what we're doing on tape in the season exactly is rough. It's hard to watch, but as a coach, when you're in this situation, we've all been there. I'm sure everybody, what's up, Ivan? Everybody that's ever played the game has had a hard or miserable loss or even had a tough season. I've been there. How you hold together and what you put on the field tells everybody about the man who's coaching. I'm telling you.
You mean you don't run to Twitter and start talking a bunch
my
of fucking
God.
smack when you want your
It's
contract
embarrassing.
extended? And
It's embarrassing, and I'm not even on Twitter, so
that's when
we're seeing it.
when the bullshit statement of culture means nothing.
Exactly. It doesn't match up. It doesn't correlate.
You start talking about culture when you have nothing left to talk about.
Exactly.
That's why we hear that so much. It's pathetic.
Yeah,
And here we are.
exactly. And then anybody getting championed as a coach that has good locker room guy.
Yeah, you're 5 and 6.
Fuck. Isn't Tony Medlin a great locker room guy? Isn't
Yeah.
it's really to the point where I've gotten like in that open, Shane, you saw Coach Nagy talk. And I want to address this, and I want to ask Kaplan when he comes on. I just felt like that was so rehearsed that he had a meeting with management.
Sure.
And they said, you need to say this.
That's the Chicago Bear way, Phil. They've always been a scripted franchise like that.
Oh my
Always.
God.
Always. That's why you hear them come out and say, hey, listen, I'm going to call out the number one guy on this entire team in Khalil Mack. I'm going to call him out. I'm not going to call him out for his play on the field. I'm going to call him out for speaking up and saying, all right, guys, enough is enough. You're 5 and 6. Why now? Should have happened way before this, Khalil Mack. If you're the team leader, if you're the defensive leader, you're doing it now? It's ridiculous. That's the Chicago Bear way. That's the bullshit that they put out there constantly. It's crazy. Go out there and be a fucking leader.
Exactly.
Borrow Mitch's book on how to be a fucking leader. Pass it around to the fucking team. We'll have a team of leaders, right? That's the way you build leadership.
Borrow Mitch's
Yeah.
I just put it together. Listen, if I'm an offensive guru, I'm an offensive guy. You've seen me break down the tape. You all see the jokes that I put in there. Those are off the top of my head. Any guy that I coach that may be in live or if you're listening later, just put a comment in there. You know these things. I'm reacting to what I'm seeing. It's pathetic. Now, if I was an offensive genius or guru or offensive guy, I came to Chicago to fix the offense, and you're dead last. You're dead last in everything. Something is wrong. If you're a farmer and you're fucking there to fucking plant and grow corn, and all of a sudden you're growing nothing but wheat, there's something wrong. There's no cornflakes. You're fucking Wheaties. You know? And that's the problem here with this guy, because he's not maniacal. You got to be out there asking Leno, what do you do in this situation? What do you do here? Who do you block? I lost all respect for Allen Robinson. And
Me too.
If you guys saw the play, go to the Tape Never Lies Network, go to the YouTube channel. If you're a Patreon, I did a more in-depth. Allen Robinson, David Montgomery's getting a little dive play out of shotgun, and he fucking just walks, Shane. Walks. He just watches David Montgomery. I get it. You're down 26, 7 points. The game's not in reach. Show some professionalism. Don't talk to me about a contract. You saw him in the interview there. You want truth right there with his mask on. Was there any difference between Nick and I don't know.
My
I'll
favorite,
have to watch the tape.
My favorite part is, Phil, you have guys like A-Rob and Anthony Miller to a lesser extent that go out on social media and they see the fans. They understand this fan base is fired up and pissed off, as they should be. And they clap back at the fans and, yeah, you guys don't know and all this bullshit. And then on Wednesday, it's hashtag vote for A-Rob for the Pro Bowl, sending it out to all the fucking fans.
My God.
I'm not voting for fucking any of them for that shit. No way. I don't.
The only guy I vote for is Kyle Fuller.
You want to fucking go and like tweets of opposing fan bases telling you to come to their team? Go. Go. That's the way I feel about it. I'm not giving you $16, $17 million to have a fucking attitude like that. Guess what, Alan? You came here and the Bears took a fucking chance on you coming off a torn up knee.
And they paid him. It's not like they didn't pay him. How much is he making this year? Does anybody know? Is it like 12 million? 13?
I can look it up. It's around 14. Yeah.
The reality is it's not something to get upset about. It's not like he's making the minimum. The reality is this team has not played well. What your body language, what your physical stature, these receivers, and I'm with, I missed who had said that, get Ridley out there. He's the receiver that's given the effort blocking. Mooney doesn't know any better. You're allowing these guys and this coach to teach piss poor habits. Now, when I broke down Mitch and the fundamental issues, the technical issues, when he's stepping out, he's still doing it, Shane. Stepping out, throwing the ball. He's developed all these bad habits. Yes, because of the coach. Yes, because of the piss poor offensive line. Yes, because of the fucking 2.0 and all of the bullshit. The proof is in the pudding. Everyone's suffering for Ernie Accorsi, Ryan Pace, Millhouse, and all of their decisions that affect the most important position. Those people that go into games, that go into these moments of rivalry, and the expectation is, I don't give a shit how more talented another NFL team is than another. It's a rivalry game. Your expectation is it's going to be a fist fight. It's going to be a back and forth battle. What we saw the other night was a team that quit on its head coach, that lacked toughness, pride, and aggression. You started out, you were jabbing, and once you took a couple shots to the kidneys, you didn't want any more part of it. And that was the worst showcase of defense. Like I said, if you're not a Tape Never Lies patron member right below here on the scroll, got to go over there. I break down the defense and show you exactly what's going on, who's doing what, who's not tackling. Oh my God. It was such a showcase of two safeties.
Yeah.
They should have both been pulled out, put their backups in the game, start holding people accountable.
Yeah,
then even the coach, Shane, I was like,
put DHC and Deion Bush in there. Let them
put
fucking
them in there.
Right.
Send a message to. You got to start sending messages. Your job is on the obviously. Like I want to say this again. Watching Nagy, that did nothing for me. Zero. That wasn't tough. He's pointing the fingers at everybody, then himself.
To me, he just dug the hole deeper.
Yeah, he
watching
rehearsed that shit. He talked to George and them, and they said, you need to do this and say this. That isn't Matt Nagy. It wasn't even real. It wasn't even from the heart. You could tell when you don't look down, you look up. You look straight at. When I rant on BHL, that comes from my heart. Anyone question that? Maybe fucking James Harden. That's it. Maybe that's it. No one could question the passion, the analysis, the stuff that we do on this network. I know we keep it 100. We're vulnerable. There's moments I want to take my Bears shit and throw it in the street because I'm so embarrassed by what they're putting on the football field. And I know that you're the same way. As a Chicago Bears fanatic, I've seen it. I'll never quit. I don't ever turn off the game. I'm going to watch every play, and I'm going to break down every play. It's hard. It's hard to watch it.
Agree. It is hard, but it's...
Imagine pulling that back and watch. Let me just say, oh my God, there's so much to get into.
Yeah,
JP Holtz. These
brutal.
guys, it's brutal.
Yeah, JP Holtz, at this point, Phil, I was going to bring it up later in a segment that we do on here. The guy doesn't deserve to be on the roster.
Oh my God, how?
With that.
I would take any kid. Give me a Nebraska boy with big, broad shoulders and a crew cut, and let him run up in there and hit somebody. I've never seen a bunch of fucking pussies like I am watching there. I'm sorry. You're offended. This isn't the network for you. We're in the locker room, and I'm talking to my team. I can remember it vivid. We're beating a team that's been undefeated for 7 years. They haven't lost. And we're up 28-0. I say to him, you fucking think this game is over? It's not. Don't be a fucking prima donna pussy. And sure enough, that fucking team came back, tied us up, and we score at the end and win in a dramatic fashion. But the reality is, those kids learned.
Yeah.
You got to keep your ass in the game, and you can't win any game. The Bears out there thinking they're going to win on defense and on talent. That ain't going to happen. They've never gotten it right, Shane. It's unfortunate. They can't draft offensive linemen. They can't draft quarterback.
I don't want to say they can't. They just refuse to. They refuse to actually draft them.
Oh my God, it's so disappointing on every level.
Yeah.
It really is, because there's nobody in the wings.
I saw somebody earlier in here. Like, I know there's a lot of draft talk and stuff like that. Guy, we got 5 games left here. We have more than enough time to
Barelissimo's mocks. I'm sure he's got. I gotta put I know I saw him in the chat. I gotta put his song to video at some point this off season.
Oh, George, yeah, we got to listen to that on what day was it? Sunday.
George's mock drafts, 575,600.
Oh, I forgot about that. I thought you were talking about his that we listened to on Bragg's show.
Oh no. Jesus Christ, no. I'm sorry, George. I've listened to it once. I'm done, Greg. What did you do to me? Anyway, Jasper Horsted is sitting in the practice squad.
Man.
Yeah.
How long did we see Riley Ridley just sit there and be on the 53 and refuse? I would be playing that kid. He would be eating up reps for me all day long. I like everything about Riley Ridley. I love the size. I like the passion that he plays with. Is he perfect right now? Yeah, he plays with an edge, and that's something that the Bears team lacks.
Dude, the only receiver that came back and blocked.
Yep.
I've looked the whole tape. They're walking around. Like, how do you do that as a coach? How do you allow that shit? Like, no fucking way would that happen. I don't care on any level. In college, high school, I would put the worst JV fucking kid that weighs $112 will go start out there, and I will send a message, because at some point you're on the professional level. The talent, like I always laughed, like a 4.6 compared to a 4.5 is not that big of a difference, but it is. But it's not. But it is. But it's not. That's how big the argument is. If you know how to run a route, your 4.6 is now 4.4. Because you know how to run the route, crisp. So when I watch Riley Ridley, he knows how to run a route. Is he running 4.4s? No. But he's going to get open for you. And he's going to be big and catch the football. And that's unfortunate for this football team. Because I look at them and I see Just so many errors. And when you listen, I can live with errors going full speed, and every coach should be, but I can't deal with errors when you're loafing.
No.
Or when you're walking around or you lack that kind of aggressiveness. And you see it all over this tape, offensively and defensively. And
Phil,
there's not.
as a head coach, what do you do when you have somebody? I mean, obviously, Khalil Mack is the be-all, end-all on this team, best player, you know, the breadwinner, everything. But are you going to kiss his ass because he came out and stood up and talked at fucking 5-6 and saying enough is enough? I mean, you were 5-1 at one point. You dropped 2 in a row. You have that fucking talk and make a big deal out of it. When you're 5-3, 5-6, it's ridiculous. And they want to build this false sense of security among the fan base that, oh, this guy stepped up and, you know, Khalil said, you know, enough is enough, guys. We can't be having this anymore. And this is the Chicago Bear way. You go out, and I'm not 100% confident they can go out and beat Detroit, but you go out and beat Detroit, and really, what the fuck does it mean? It's not impressive. It's not a statement win. You had the fucking season on the line this past week in Lambeau, and they shit down their legs. I'm not going to praise Khalil Mack for giving a speech to these guys at 5-6 saying enough is enough. It should have happened 3 friggin' weeks ago if you want to praise him for it.
Well, here's the worry I have before we get to our amazing guest. The worry I have is somebody like Jalen Johnson, where the sky's the limit, and you're surrounded by these...
You see it creeping in already, Phil.
You're surrounded by these prima donnas who don't want to play through the whistle with technical, aggressive, and fundamentally sound tackling. And all of a sudden, that baton and that attitude gets passed to somebody else. That doesn't happen with, and I'll just throw Rod Woodson. A Rod Woodson doesn't allow a young kid to learn the wrong way. A Mike Brown, who played here, would never allow a rookie to go out there and tackle like that against your rival? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? You start the game playing two-hand touch against your rival. And every person who had turkey dinner and was waiting for this football team and this game and the Bears and the Packers, it's all a hype show because that team laid down. And it's unfortunate. But what is fortunate is our guest that's coming up. This guy, you guys know who it is. I'm not surprising anybody, but we will surprise him with the intro that we produce for him because we do it one way. The tape never lies way. I don't know why we got the BHL banner up there, Shane. Got to get that out of there.
If you root for any teams in Chicago, then you've seen this guy covering them better than anyone else in the business. Is this guy afraid to speak the truth? No shot. He's not afraid to speak it, even when he knows it's going to create a firestorm. Ladies and gentlemen, Bears fans, get up out your seats and give it up for the 3-time Emmy Award winner, a member of the WGN Radio Walk of Fame, the IBCA Hall of Fame, the CPLBC Hall of Fame, and last but not least, what he's most known for, being Mindy Kaplan's husband. Give it up for the former Piper, David Kaplan.
You guys are something else. Let me tell you, that was awesome. Thank you for the very kind intro. Mindy Kaplan will be very happy.
Phil's on mute, I think.
Phil?
Sorry.
There he is.
I hit my mute. Yeah. I'm sorry. I never do that. Jesus.
What's going on, boys?
What's up, Cap?
Oh, how you doing, Cap?
Good. Just had a little dinner, and now just ready to chill out with you guys.
Oh, man, we're excited. Everybody's excited in the chat room. David Kaplan, you guys know him from ESPN 1000 as well as NBC Sports. You do the after show with our boy, our friend of the show, Olin Kreutz. You talk about keeping it 100.
That's one of my dear friends. And
the best
true story is You can ask Olin, who we like to call the OG.
Yep.
School. Olin had contempt for the media. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
he was not a media guy. And so I was a member of a country club up in Waukegan called Glen Flora.
Mm-hmm.
And some of the members that were there were Michael Jordan, Tony Kukoc, Pat Manley, Robbie Gold, Kyle Orton, Ron Rivera, Glenn Kozlowski. Like, there were all these great people that were up there. We'd have amazing gambling games. And we had a tournament. And Mike twosome got knocked out. And OG, Olin, his twosome got knocked out. I think he was with Manley. And Manley's like a scratch golfer. They're out. So we end up deciding we're going to play $100 a hole per guy, a 6-man scramble. 6 guys on one team, 6 on the other, with a rolling bar cart going down the fairway. So we are doing shots, and we are drinking, and we are having a great time. One of the guys in our group is 5'4", 65, 70 years old, and he decides he's going to mess with Olin.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Olin's over his shot, and then he backs away. The guy's like, hey, Fred Miller, let's go. Olin's playing, goes, what did you say to me? And I literally, this guy's this high and that wide. What did you say to me? He said, I said, Fred Miller, let's go. You want me to hit you in the head with a weight? And Olin thought it was hilarious. So now we get to this one hole, and I've got maybe 30 feet downhill bending to the right. There's zero chance I'm making this putt. This guy says to Olin, and we've all been drinking, he said, hey, Olin, I'll give you 5 to 1 on 100 on that putt. And Olin said, yeah, you're down. He turns to me. Now, again, I'm just a media guy who happens to be a member of this club. So Olin and I are cool, but we're not friendly.
Right.
And Olin goes, you better make it.
Yeah.
I hit it. Bam. I know.
Nice.
Olin wins $500. We keep playing. We get to the last hole, and I've got like a 40-footer. And the guy goes, you got to give me a chance, double or nothing, to get my money back.
They're all betting on you.
Yeah. Olin's like, okay, but if you lose, I want my $1,000. So I turned to Olin, and I said, well, hold on a second now. If I make this putt,
Yeah, you're doing the hard work.
right, what do I get? He said, I'll tell you what. You know what I think of the media. You make this putt, I'll give you Olin Kreutz Unplugged on any show you do the rest of your career.
Wow.
Okay? And he goes, and I'll give you 20% of the winnings, $200. I get over that putt. I look, and I, honest to God, my dad was already deceased. I looked up. I go, need you, Dad. Boom. Drill the putt.
Oh.
Beautiful.
Next morning, the tournament's continuing. The next morning, this guy walks over, hands Olin 10 $100 bills. He peels off 2 100s, hands it to me. He goes, anytime you need me on your show, here's my cell. Just text me. So now we're going to Bourbonnais to do the show.
Yeah.
Here's Scott Hagel. You guys all know who that is.
Oh, yeah.
VP of the Bears. He's my former intern.
Oh,
And
wow.
I walk up to him. He's like, who do you want on your show today? I said, I think we're good. He goes, you drove to Bourbonnais. You haven't booked one guest. I said, no, I have. Olin's doing the whole show with me. He's like, who? I said, Olin Kreutz. He goes, Olin's not doing your show. He doesn't do the media shows during camp. And I said, no, Olin's doing the show. He's like, I'm just telling you, he's not going to do it. 2 seconds later, a golf cart comes up. Olin jumps out. Cap, my man! And Hagel's looking at me. He's like, Hagel, this is way above your pay grade. And we did the entire hour of Sports Talk Live.
Have you had 2 putts like that since, Cap?
No. But you remember 2014, how bad that team was.
Yeah.
Oh,
That was
yeah.
radio gold for a guy like me, Mark Pressman and Emery.
Oh.
So I call Olin at the start of the year, and I said, hey, man, how about coming on every Monday just on the phone? We'll pay you, I think it was, we were going to pay him $500 every Monday to come on for like 30 minutes and break down the game. He's like, I hate the media. I'm not doing it. I keep working him. finally, the week before the season starts, he's like, all right, you know what? My wife said I should try this. I'll do it. I'm in. He does the whole season. At the end of the year, he goes, I actually really enjoyed that. Keep the money. You don't have to pay me.
Wow.
I just really enjoyed that. Well, here we are now. He's my partner on TV.
Yeah.
He's on the score. His whole career started there.
Yeah.
You started it with the putts.
The putt got it going.
Let me ask you this. When are you going golfing with Ryan Pace so we could get some unfiltered with him?
Yeah, I don't know where he'll be living next year. So I don't know.
Well, talk on that, Cap, because Phil and I are at our wits' end. I can't imagine. I'm sure you are too. Do you expect all of these guys to be gone?
So this is how I have a really good I did have a really good relationship with Ryan. I'm sure he's not thrilled with all the things I've been saying this year. Mm-hmm. When they drafted Mitchell Trubisky, I wrote Ryan a letter. And I'm a talk show host who acts like a GM in 4 different sports 5 days a week. That doesn't mean I'm right. That means I'm just doing my job.
Right.
Sure. Ryan gets paid to get those decisions right.
Exactly.
Like if I like Mitchell Trubisky, who cares? I'm just some jamoke on the radio. So I send Ryan a letter because I scouted in the NBA for 4 years. And the one thing I did learn from Donnie Walsh, who was the president of the Pacers that I worked for, he said, if you get a draft room, if you're ever a GM and you go, I got to have Phil. I don't care what I got to do. I got to have that guy. He said, then there is no price that's too high if you truly have conviction on that guy. So now Ryan's getting destroyed for trading up 1 pick to get Mitchell Trubisky. I sent him a letter and just said, look, I've got history in the NBA for 4 years as a scout. Here's what I was taught. I love the fact you had conviction because if you in 5 years got fired and that kid went on to be a star somewhere else, you'd never forgive yourself that you didn't have the balls to make the move. And he calls me out of nowhere. I've never spoken to the guy in my life.
Wow.
Hey, man, let's go to dinner. And we go to dinner, and so before every season, we have dinner. This year we didn't, obviously, with the pandemic. But we had this really, really good relationship. But as I said to him when we got together, I said, there's one other thing I didn't put in that letter. He goes, what's that? I said, you better be right.
Damn right.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't think that the problem is him having conviction. The separator is he thought so much more of Mitch than the other two guys. Right. You know what I mean? That's the problem there.
Did you see the Tyreek Hill comments yesterday about Patrick Mahomes?
No, I didn't see that.
Tyreek Hill's doing a podcast the other day, and they asked him, when you first laid eyes on Patrick Mahomes, you guys can pull it up. What did you think of him? And he said, Tyreek Hill said, I watched this guy on the practice field as a rookie, and I went, who's that garbage player?
Yeah.
We drafted that guy in the first round. He sucks because he was erratic. He was all over the place, and he worked with Nagy, and he worked with Andy Reid, the best quarterback guru in the world. And he was behind Alex Smith, and he sat the whole year till the last game, and he learned how to be a quarterback. That was what concerned a lot of NFL teams about Patrick Mahomes. Where Ryan screwed up is Deshaun Watson is a winner. Like if you passed on Mahomes because you had concerns.
Exactly.
I get it. Mitch, Deshaun Watson. You better be right if you're rolling the dice, and he wasn't.
Yeah. My resume was Deshaun Watson, Mahomes, then I had Kaiser, and then Trubisky was number 4 for me.
Right.
But we look at this, Cap, I mean, how much of an influence, you remember back to that time, and we'll keep it with Pace, he said, everybody in the room, and he's quoting Dowell Loggins and Sadowski and so on and so forth. So all of them.
Everybody but Fox.
Everybody, because they kept it away from Fox. And here I am finding out, and I want your opinion on this, because I found out through my source that they didn't even sit down with Deshaun Watson. And I thought that was the biggest showcase of a franchise just fumbling the ball. Because like you said, the Parcells mantra, my Uncle Sam Ritigliano's mantra, You start in college, that many starts, and you win that many games, and you beat those teams. That counts for something. I don't know how you could overlook it. Talk about it.
So this is a true story. Matt Nagy gets called into Andy Reid's office. He said, okay, Matt, you're our quarterback guy. I need you to go get everything you can get. Interviews, tape, talk to these kids, work them out. Mitchell Trubisky, Deshaun Watson, Patrick Mahomes. And then I want you to write an in-depth report on each guy. Okay, coach, I got you. He interviews all their coaches. He talks to the kids. He meets with the kids. All of it.
Yep.
His reports are still sitting in his agent's office. His agent is Trace Armstrong.
Former Bear.
Yeah. The reports say almost verbatim, Deshaun Watson, awesome kid, great leader, makes all the throws, little erratic, very thin ankles, very thin wrists. I would be very concerned after one ACL already that he's injury prone. Be careful. Mitchell Trubisky, awesome kid, loved by his teammates, crazy work ethic, can make all the throws, very good athlete, the ultimate project.
Ultimate project.
There you go.
Patrick Mahomes, generational talent, very raw. Do not miss. Trade up if you have to. That's your guy.
Yeah.
That's the truth.
There you go. Breaking news right here. I mean, wow.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man. And it's the hardest, it's a tough job, like you said. You do it every day, but there's no accountability for some of these guys. There's no accountability for the Bleacher Report guy and this guy or the Sun-Times guy, whoever.
Well, if the three of us
Yep.
come on tonight, we go, they should make a move for that guy. And he's
Right.
not.
Yeah.
We still get up tomorrow and we put a headset and microphone on and we do our deal.
I was a Deshaun Kaiser guy. I went down on that
Well, we
shit.
got him now.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's on our practice squad.
He tried out. They didn't sign him.
They didn't sign him.
He's in
I'm
Tennessee,
shocked.
I think. Yeah.
I'm pissed that they didn't sign him.
Yeah.
Because we got Tyler Bray, Cap.
That's it.
Everything's covered.
It's the toughest position to fill. It is. It's just to find a guy. Like you can say that guy's got a big arm. That guy's 6'6". That guy can make all the throws. He's athletic. He's a good guy. There's always something missing. We've never hit the home run. And when we do draft a guy, like Ryan Pace said to me, the day after I write him this letter, he calls me.
Yep.
He said, let me just tell you, Mitchell Trubisky will not see the field as a rookie. And then we had dinner. And I said, you're going to stick to that? When your team stinks, you're going to be able to stick to that? And he said, oh, yeah, Mitch will not see the field as a rookie. We are going to work with him. They have a virtual reality room.
Yeah.
Or not. He said, that's all he's doing. Of course, week 5, now you better go play. I'm not saying he'd be Patrick Mahomes if he had sat. But we have no idea how to develop a quarterback.
Right, that's the point. Would Patrick Mahomes be Patrick Mahomes in Chicago?
No.
Very likely not.
Would Aaron
Exactly.
Rodgers be Aaron Rodgers here?
How many years did Aaron Rodgers sit?
5. 3? Or
Yeah,
4?
yeah, he
3.
came and you started playing in year 4, correct?
Now
Right?
he
Yeah,
got Jordan Love, and he's their third stringer.
Yeah.
He's going to sit there for who God knows how long. We're not that smart.
Ryan Pace, you talk about the guy. I don't know Ryan. He's made some moves that I like. The Khalil Mack trade, I'm all for it. But the empty promises of quarterback selection and offensive tackle selection. When I look at the Chicago Bears, their biggest weakness is quarterback and offensive tackle.
Yep.
And these things that Ryan himself, I'm not misquoting him, has said you got to draft him every year. He's failed to do it every year. Every year.
Agree. Like our starting left tackle was a 7th-round pick.
Yeah.
I'm not saying a 7th-round pick can't become a serviceable player.
Right.
He was drafted by Phil Emery.
Yeah.
Right.
And then he
He's
got
the
paid.
worst.
Then he got paid and regressed completely. I mean, that's just a fact.
I do the film on this football player every week, I've talked to offensive linemen on every level of football and offensive line coaches, and every single one of them is completely cracking up as it's a joke that this left tackle is starting for the charter franchise and you're trying to run your offense and he's just getting pushed around like a pillow.
Yeah, it's awful. And then go back, if you go on Google, Google Bobby Massey, Bruce Arians. Bruce Arians, when they let him go, said, Bobby's a wonderful kid. My college roommate was his position coach at Ole Miss.
Yeah.
He said, he's an awesome kid, but he's not a starting right tackle in the NFL. Yeah. He's a swing guy. Hey, man, we got 3 guys injured, put him in. Arizona's quote is, we just have to get better at that position. Hey, we're Chicago.
Yeah, we'll bring him, and then
how has it gotten to this level?
We'll start him, and then we're going to extend him when his contract
extend
runs out.
both of these guys. Yeah. We extended both of these guys.
Go back and look at what Jim Finks did when George Howard went and stole Jim Finks. He gave him a promotion and actually gave him a piece of the franchise because it wasn't worth in 1977 what it is today. And he drafted Ted Albrecht, Dennis Lick, Jimbo Covert, Dan Hampton. He said, I am going to fill my lines, then I will go get my quarterback.
Exactly. And that's how you do it. Yeah. My uncle, Sam Rutigliano.
Is that your uncle?
Yeah.
That guy was awesome.
Yeah. One time, baby. One time. Yeah. So he said it. He's like, Philip, I watched this, and it's hard to put a pin on the points, but everything is wrong. The offensive coordinator, who's the head coach, is learning on the job, and he doesn't know how to call plays. So how is he going to be able to be a head coach and a leader of men? Then you have the quarterback who's dealing with having a teacher who can't teach. So the whole thing suffers based on the hiring of Matt Nagy.
So I do the Dave Wanstead show.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Dave is, I don't know if you guys
He's a good dude. I met him when I met you down at the park before the Packers, the 100-year. Me and Braggs over there.
So Dave is the single nicest human being in the world. I mean, he's awesome. And he said he was the head coach of the Bears, but he's going to call all the defenses. He goes, I was a defensive coordinator on a Super Bowl team. I can call the defenses. And he said, they're yelling at, Coach, sudden change. What do you want to do? Huh? He goes, I'm looking at my damn play sheet. He said, the game ends, the phone rings. Coach, Jimmy Johnson's on the phone for you. That's his old boss. It's his best friend in his life.
Right.
Yeah. What's up, Coach? He said, would you take your goddamn defensive play card and hand it to the defensive coordinator?
Exactly.
You're the head coach of the team. That means, hey, Coach, want a fake punt here? I don't know. I'm busy trying to see what we're going to do on 4th and 8.
Exactly.
That's not your job. You want to be a D coordinator? Then don't be a head coach. He said the next week I handed the play sheet off and I never did it again.
That is a great freaking story, Cap, for sharing that. Because I've been preaching that on this network for 2.5 years, calling out Nagy, just missing situational things, personnel things, having the right people on the field in situations. It's unbelievable, where they were in 2018 and how far they've fallen now to
How
here.
about a timeout out of a fake punt?
Oh my goodness.
How does that happen?
Yeah,
You just got it. The whole risk is the reward. You're prepared. But no, you're calling time. We didn't think we were going to get it, Cap. That's the only thing. Now, when you looked at this team Sunday, let's talk about this. I watched the tape. I sent you what I did, but I didn't send you. I should have sent you the whole version then at the 47, but not that you would watch the whole thing.
You did a really good job on your breakdown.
Thank you, Cap. That means a lot coming from you, man. You're the best, man.
I'm just being honest.
I appreciate it, man. That's the name of the show, Keeping It 100. So
Keeping It 100.
So that's why you're here.
Shirts that say Keeping It 100?
Yes, we're going to send you one.
I need one.
I'll
wear it on the air.
I will. We're sent. Acevedo, the swag man.
What size you need, Cap?
What size?
I'll take. Let's see. What is? I don't know what this is. I think this is. I'll take an XL.
XL. That's what I'm wearing too.
There you go.
I'm looking at this team, and I got a question. Did this defense say enough is enough? I want to let in America know we're not playing for this coach.
I don't believe that because everybody I've talked to likes the culture up there. I think the defense is a little overrated. I'd like to send Eddie Jackson to the tackling camp.
Oh my God, Cap!
I mean,
we talk about it every week on here with Eddie. It's terrible.
He is
business decisions.
Horrific tackler. Horrific. Yep. But he's really good as a ball hawking free safety that can read things and boom, break out. Okay, fine.
When is he doing it?
The highest paid safety in the NFL when he signed the contract. Yeah, he's a good player. He's not a great player. Love Kyle Fuller. I think the Jalen Johnson pick was a sensational pick.
He had his worst game against Green Bay. I'm worried. I was worried about him, Cap, because of who you brought up, Eddie Jackson. I'm feeling like, and you've coached basketball. You've scouted, obviously. You do a tremendous job, and I'm not blowing smoke. Everybody knows on this channel we love Cap because you keep it 100. So I'm worried that Jalen Johnson is going to fall victim to this business decision type of secondary led by Eddie Jackson and Tashawn Gibson. They both played like they'd never tackled before against a rival, Cap.
That was embarrassing. That was literally embarrassing. Look, we're in a pandemic. I get it. I understand. The Cubs are going to lose $200 million this year. That's just a fact. That's a lot of money. I can't imagine how much the Bears are losing. And so to say, all right, buy out Ryan, and then if I'm hiring you as the GM, you're going to want to bring your whole staff in. So I got to buy all those guys out. And then I want my own coach, so I'm going to buy out that whole staff. So we're talking about tens of millions of dollars. I get it. But guess what? Your franchise is worth $4 freaking billion.
Exactly.
Forbes said what, 3.4? If you put it on the market, you get $4 billion for it. I don't want you can't afford it. I want you to do the right thing. And unfortunately, and this is not a personal shot at Ryan or Matt, it's business.
Yep.
They gotta go.
Oh, I agree.
Do you think
that's nothing for them?
But Cap. Do you think that's going to happen? I mean, so if I'm sure you've had George McCaskey and have had a chance to talk to him.
Do you think that he's grin right here?
Do you think he's pissed off enough to go there?
If they lose out, I think change is coming. If they win one, I think change is coming. If they beat Detroit and they beat Jackson and they end up 8-8, I fear that they'll go, well, let's just give them
COVID and everything. Yeah.
But here's my question. What's going to be different? Oh, because we draft some offensive lineman in the first round, that's going to fix everything? Stop yourself. No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
we said the same thing. We said this
the right way.
You got to build it. You got to clean house. When have we fired the GM, fired the coach, hire a president of football operations? We've had Doug Plank talking with us. I'm dying to get Gary Fensick on here. Yep. I want to do our own. I've had Olin Kreutz. I would hire Olin Kreutz. I told Olin.
Olin said he'd love to coach in the NFL. He's just waiting for his kids to get a little bit older.
Olin, you will be my offensive coordinator. He's like, no, man, I'm not. No, that's where I would put you because I know the mentality that you got. But anyway, at some point, Cap, they have to do Ted Phillips be gone. They have to do it.
President of business operations. Hey, Ted.
Yeah,
Penny. You're over there.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's what they keep on trying to say is that he's not making football decisions. But like I said to Phil, they have the Chicago Bears 100-year, and he's sitting up on the stage with Matt Nagy and Ryan Pace. Well, if the optics of that are horrible, then if that's your message,
horrible. Here's the thing: when they went and did their interviews for the job that now Matt Nagy had. So they got a private plane. Flew and interviewed. I'm trying to remember if it was Pat Shurmur was one of them.
Yep.
Josh McDaniels was another. There were 3 or 4 guys. Then they fly to Kansas City, and it's Ted, it's George, and they meet with Ryan, and they meet with Matt. And then Ted and George go home. Matt goes from one conference room at the hotel to the next conference room, and that's Chris Ballard, his guy. They worked together in KC, and everyone thought he was taking that job. And Matt gets done with that interview, and these are like 5-hour interviews. Phone's ringing. It's Ryan. Hey, man, we're having dinner tonight. My wife's flying in. Get your wife. We're meeting for dinner. And at dinner, he said, I want you to coach my football team. And boom, at 2 o'clock in the morning, Matt told me he was laying in bed. He can't sleep. And his phone rings, and it's Trace Armstrong, his agent. He answers. He goes, congratulations, you're the new head coach of the Chicago Bears. I just got your deal done. And that's how it all went down. I love that Ryan struck hard, fast, beat the Colts out, and got him. But again, you got to get it right.
Yeah. I would die for Frank Reich. I'm sorry. And Chris Ballard. Now, is it true that Chris Ballard said, and I have someone who told me this.
I can tell you exactly what he said. Go ahead.
Okay, so verify this. I want this job, but Ted is gone and Jay Cutler is gone.
That's 100% accurate. He was sitting in the room, and George said, we love you around here, Chris, because he worked there.
Yeah. He grew up there.
He knew where all the skeletons were.
He knew where the problems are.
And George said, what? Tell me what you would do. He said, first thing, Ted Phillips, he can come nowhere around me. He's out. Nothing. And we're buying Jay Cutler out tomorrow. He's a black cloud over the organization. Gone. And George went, yeah, thanks for coming. See you later.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Come on, Cap.
That is
listen, when you're a plumber and you plumb at the local high school, you know where all the shit stinks, right?
That's it.
Ballard knew where all of it stunk, and he's telling you how to fix it.
Correct.
George.
Correct.
Oh, my. I got chills.
Did you
I
hear
have
the
chills.
John Hester podcast this week?
I heard him talk about Cutler.
Yeah.
I didn't hear it this week.
Worst leader ever.
Jay had the best arm he ever played with. He said he actually is a very smart guy, maybe the smartest quarterback. He said he's the single worst leader he had ever been around.
Yep.
And I ran into Major Wright.
Major Wright, former Gator.
So I run into Major Wright. He's with Jerry Azuma, who's a friend of mine. So Jerry goes, hey, Major, meet David Kaplan. He's a sportscaster. We start talking. And I said, hey, what was it like playing with Jay? And he stops. He looks back. He's like, you guys in the media got it all wrong about Jay. And I'm thinking he's going to praise him. And he said, he's not a cancer in the room. He's not, that guy that just destroys your team. He said, he's an asshole. Yeah. And he's a horrible leader. He goes, you can go, I'm following that guy. He goes, your quarterback has to galvanize your room. That guy didn't do it.
Wow. That's why they love Kyle Orton. We're pissed when he got shipped in that deal.
That's why guys up there love Mitch.
Yeah.
He's the first guy in the building and the last to leave. The problem is he's not very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had a tough go of it coming back. There was a lot of hype on the pre-game show and the talk, but that only goes so far. How much blame, Cap, do you think goes to Coach Nagy in your mind? Is there a scenario where Nagy goes, Pace stays, and gets another shot at finding the right guy to lead this team? And on top of that, does that mean Mitch is gone too? How close is Pace with Mitch? Like, is that a...
Well, it would be very Bear-like to fire Angelo and then make the new guy, Emery, keep Lovey for a year, then fire him.
Yeah.
That's how you do business. Then let's hire Ryan Pace, who came with glowing recommendations. But you know what? You're young. We're going to pick your head coach for you. We'd like to get this guy getting a golden parachute named John Fox. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
We don't know how to do business. That's the problem.
Well, does Nagy get fired and Pace stays, or they both go? In your mind, with this 7, they finish 7-9. They lose to Detroit. It's gonna get so hot.
They lose to Detroit. The wheels will come off.
Yeah, the wheels are coming off this weekend.
You got Deshaun Watson rolling in here.
Oh my God!
He's gonna be counting on his fingers just like Mahomes did when he scores a touchdown.
He went 12. He'll be going.
Yeah, putting 2 toes up too.
Yeah.
Right.
But if they end up, they're 5-6. If they end up 8-8, I don't think there's any change. 7-9 in a pandemic, like nothing would shock me with the Bears. Nothing. They're stupid enough that they would.
Yeah,
let's fire the coach and let the GM pick the next quarterback. See, that's the concern. I love Ryan. He's an amazing
I hear you.
dude. But you can't let him pick your next quarterback.
Nope.
He's had 3 bites at the apple. Foles, he stinks.
Oh.
Mitchell Trubisky obviously didn't work out. And Mike Glennon stinks. So all 3 are bad players. Now I'm going to let you pick another one?
Yeah.
No shot.
What if Mike Glennon comes here to Chicago and
we play
beats
there
and beats the Bears?
Oh, he made a throw the other day. I don't know if you guys saw it.
I did.
Yeah, we
I
did.
know exactly.
Our touchdown. I'm like,
who's that?
You had in practice,
Right?
Right on the left side.
Yeah.
Like, where'd that come from? But he's not very good.
No, he isn't. He is not. When you look at this defense, obviously you talked about Eddie Jackson. I heard you talk about Kyle Fuller. I wanted to talk about him for a second. Here's a guy that Vic Fangio, and I'm going to come full circle here because I want your opinion on this. Back to the coach. Vic Fangio calls out Kyle Fuller into the media, to you guys, and says what he said about him. Kyle Fuller looks in the mirror and becomes a better football player because of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Matt Nagy, in his presser the other day, yesterday or whatever it was, sounded so rehearsed. It sounded it sounded like George and everyone sat him down and said, "You got to say this." And that's how it came off to me as a coach.
He wasn't being himself.
Exactly.
Not at all.
Exactly, right. Cap. That was so phony.
You better have some stinking pride.
You better have some stinking pride.
Jeff Dickerson tweeted, it sounded like he was listening to me on the radio when I go, get a cup of coffee and find a way to win a football game. And goes, we just have to find a way to win a football game. And I'm like, come on, Matt, that's not you, man.
Not at all.
So how much accountability does this guy put on these players? How much does he put?
I think they are so caught up in our culture up there. And I'm not saying it's not important. We've all been in jobs where the culture sucks. But the bottom line is you got to be able to play.
Thank you.
If you can't play, I don't care if I would let you marry my daughter. I don't want you blocking on my offensive line.
Exactly. It makes me nuts when reporters or bloggers or all these people say to me, "Well, he's got the locker room. They love him." I go, when is that won a game? You don't win by winning over the players in the locker room.
But
you
it's
win.
Mentality when the Cubs, and I love Theo Epstein, but when they traded for Jose Quintana, go read. Well, he's got this team-friendly contract. Let me know the last time the Pages walked out to the mound and threw one stinking pitch.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's the same principle.
Well, Cap, you bring up the Cubs. You know, you saw the Cubs and the Blackhawks went through it, and we see finally the Bulls made their purge, and there's some renewed optimism there. Do you think that there's any chance that George may be looking at that? And you know, because, I mean, you're talking 7-9. You know, you think it'll go 8-8? Probably not. And I'm just sitting here. And I'm like, oh my God, we're gonna base this off of going 500. If we told you before the season started this team was gonna go 7-9 or 8-8, would you have been surprised?
I said they would win 10 or 11 football.
Me too.
I did too. I thought 10 wins.
Favorable. They had that chunk in the middle where
you
put
your head above water, which we didn't. But wow, George is a competitive dude. He wants to win. Now, I'm not saying they know what they're doing, but the people that say they're cheap, that's incorrect.
Right. That is, we always say that.
Hey, Ryan wants to spend $142 million on Khalil Mack and give up 2 number 1s and a 3. Do it. Hey, he wants to trade equity to go get Mitch Trubisky. Do it. He wants to go do this. Do it. They have never said you can't spend money. They just don't know how to hire. That's the problem.
Well, that goes back to Phillips and what, the plumber that I talked about in the school. Ballard knew the issues. And you're talking about they don't know how to do business. So who's the business person? He's the wrong guy. Give him a phony title and let him walk out, because I know I have a lot of dirt on that guy. I won't say it, but
maybe you should.
Yeah.
I could say this. I was told he had an affair and married his freaking secretary on the job.
That one I don't know.
In a family business. Yes, this is true story. It's in a book too, so I verified it. So there you go.
Them to go rather than say who's flavor of the day, like Ryan came with doing recommendations. Who's the flavor of the day? I don't care.
Exactly.
I want you to go steal John Schneider in Seattle and say you're the GM there. I'm making you the president.
Yeah, there's no cap on front office or coaches or anything. You want to spend, you can get them.
The GM, and you two go hire the head coach, and me, Ted, and Scott Hagel won't be in the interviews.
Exactly. You need that. You need that. Peyton Manning. You need.
I'd hire him as my president in a New York.
Yeah,
exactly. Absolutely. You need that football person that knows the characteristics of what they're looking for.
How about Gary Fensick?
I'm trying to get him on the show. Doug Plank was phenomenal.
We had him on here, and he was so excited when we talked about getting him and Gary involved in the Bear. He sounded like a little kid at Christmas. It was so fun having him on there.
Every issue that's going on. I'm telling you, Cap.
GM would be an outstanding hire.
Yeah, you see that. Louis Riddick. I know he is the because he's on television, so he's almost doing his interview every day, and people see how articulate he definitely knows the game of football. But to your point, it can't be, Dave Wanstead. I love the guy, but he was the hot name that had to have him, right?
Right.
They're always going out there instead of doing what you do, Cap, and being the scout and looking at the dirty work. Where does the shit roll down? What is the talent there in the person? How much football do they know, and how much do they love it? The head coach has to be maniacal here. He can't be in his play sheet, like you said.
Why do you think Mike Ditka was successful?
I've said it 100,000 times. Sam said it to me. You think I'm worried about my play? I know my play here. I know my next play here. You fake punt? We're going simple. We're going to toss. Whatever we're doing, it's right here. You got to be involved.
That's why I want a team president of football operations, then bring Louis Riddick in underneath him.
Exactly. That's how you do it. You got to do it. It's
what I want. You've
been in this city. You're the heart. You're the voice of many a Chicago Bears fan and many a Chicago fan. I'm just all about the Bears and football. That's all I do. These guys all talk other sports. I love you because you keep it 100 on your show. You don't. I kept it real with you before. When I first heard David Kaplan, I was like, I don't like that guy because I didn't know where you were coming from in your sport. Then, as I got to know and listen to you through a good friend of you, Greg Braggs, I got to really understand David Kaplan's keeping it 100. He's pushing back on David Hall. I like that because I didn't like what Hall was preaching. I go, anyway, the story is this. Somebody like you, don't shortchange yourself. You have a good acumen when it comes to what needs to happen, and your voice is instrumental for all of us because we live and die with this team.
But as you guys, football, and it gets really old to watch our team play and go, really?
Yeah.
Like David Montgomery, I can't remember the game it was. David Montgomery ran for 11 yards, first down. I'm like, oh, nice job.
Pulled him out.
David Montgomery for 9 yards. I'm like, wow, 2 in a row. The next play is freaking Cordero Patterson. I'm like, why?
Yeah.
Cap, there's no sense of rhythm at all, not even his offense, but in the use of personnel. I mean, you look at the greatest of all time, and that's Walter Payton. It's not close. He needed the ball. He might get stopped 3 on first down, his second down, and on third down. Where did that come from?
So here's a great story. Tom Brady was saying this. I was just listening to something on NFL Network, driving to work on the radio, and Tom Brady said, we just didn't have a good week of practice. He goes, and we're getting ready to go on the field, and Coach Belichick, he's only the greatest who ever did it.
Absolutely.
And, new rule. You cannot throw one pass, not one, until you run for a first down. Brady said 14 consecutive handoffs till we finally got a first down, opened everything up, and then away we went. Because Belichick said, if you SOBs aren't going to block,
I thought we were going to get it.
Throw the football until you learn to run it. Yeah.
I thought we were going to get you to swear tonight. I thought I was going to.
I didn't know if I could.
Oh yeah.
This is keeping it 100, man. I've sworn.
You guys aren't going to block.
Yes.
You're not going to throw the football. And Brady said it worked out. We ended up going to the Super Bowl. So
listen, right there, that story. Cap has been bringing, Shane, stories.
Love it.
Intricate.
This is fun, man. This
puzzle.
I have a good time doing this.
Well, we love you, man.
Yeah,
I
we
mean,
appreciate it.
We appreciate your time.
Have me back because I'll come on anytime you want.
Oh, man.
We need you to sink another 40-foot putt and tell us who the GM and head coach are going
to be, Cap. Listen, when you come on a show and you bring humor, analysis, analytics, but you also bring a story, I think the art of this is the story. And everyone you've brought has brought a huge smile to my face because I've been so depressed because it's the rivalry game. My father, head coach, 33 years, Hall of Fame coach here in Connecticut. They got a stadium named after him. He's 80 years old. He has heart surgery on Monday. Okay? I'm nervous about it. Everything's crazy. You know what he says to me today on the phone, Cap? So I'm coming up Sunday. I'm going to sleep over. Where am I going to be on the show with you and Shane after the game? That's what he's worried about because he was so disappointed. He called me. He's like, I hope I wasn't too hard on you, but your Bears, that's the rivalry, and they played like they didn't even care.
Well, how's your dad doing, first of all?
He's doing good.
He goes in this next Monday coming up.
This Monday coming.
Well, you're talking to a guy who had 9.5 hours of heart surgery.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know.
Back in 1991, and I died on the table.
Ooh, come on.
Back. And, man, that's why. Look, I was the guy who told my kids, you get a tattoo, I'm disowning you. No tattoos. Yeah. Well, that all changed. I got all
in.
Oh, look at this guy.
All this, but that one says live life all in. Dude. That's the only way that you can go through this world. Don't have any regrets.
Can you take George to the tattoo shop? Maybe he could start building the Bears that way. Go all in. Yeah.
To sit down. I mean, I get this amazing privilege. I'm sitting in our conference room, and we're all socially distanced, but it's me. Right across is Olin. Alex Brown,
Dave
Wanstead, Lance Briggs, and our producer, Eric Strobel. And I'm watching the game with these guys, and the way they watch is so different than the way I watch. And I'm watching it, and we literally looked like we were in the fetal position, and they were just destroying us.
Oh.
And if you lose to Green Bay like we did Matt's first game ever, what was it, 24-23?
Yeah.
It sucked to lose to the Packers, but damn it, man, we competed.
Yeah.
Sunday night, we got the ever-living shit beaten out of us.
Absolutely.
Did.
It's a travesty. It was an emotional time for me breaking down that tape, watching this team Allen Robinson, that brings me to my question for you. Allen Robinson, there's a play on there that he's just walking and David Montgomery's hitting a little crease and just running with so much pride. And it, honestly, I'm being vulnerable here. It fucking brought a tear, like legit, like welled up in my eye. Like, I put so much into this. I love this team, this game. And look at this guy and this guy. Two different players, caring about the sport.
How about catching a freaking 50-50 ball once in a while?
Oh, my God. That's where my question is going to you. You've seen the social media storm with these wide receivers.
Uh-huh.
What are your thoughts on that?
So if I was still coaching and I looked on after we just lost to our rival and embarrassed ourselves like we basically peed down our leg, and I look and I go, they bring this to me. I go, hey, coach, Anthony Miller likes this tweet.
Yep.
Javon Wims, who's lucky to be cashing a fucking check from the Chicago.
Absolutely.
He likes that tweet, and then they put, there's where receivers go to die, and there's Allen Robinson. I would have ripped their ass. Look, Allen Robinson's a very, very good football player.
He is.
He's not a top 10 receiver.
Hey, you can't give this guy $16 or $17 million next year, Cap. You can't do it. Not under these
And I heard he's
circumstances.
asking for 19 or 20.
Well, see you later. See you later.
So I would tag him and trade him. I'd do whatever I have to do. And there's no – how many 50-50 balls? Twice Mitchell Trubisky hit him on the sidelines. He gets it ripped out of his hands. The touchdown against Green Bay on the first drive. Cole Kmet's got to catch that ball.
Yeah.
Allen Robinson's got to catch that ball. But I'll just bet you, Chase Claypool looks like a stud, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if we had drafted him over Cole Kmet would look like a stud in Pittsburgh, and Chase Claypool would look horseshit here.
I agree.
I totally.
That's why, to me, there can't be a delineation between 7 and 9 and 8 and 8. It's got to be 5 and 6. Your mind's made up, and you're like Riley Ridley, the poor kid.
My mind's made up today. You guys are super nice guys. You're really wonderful people. Sorry, I'm blowing it up.
I totally agree.
They're behind the 8 ball already, Cap, because there's 4 other teams that have made the moves already.
Agreed. All right, so let's assume the Bears GM job is open.
Yep.
Let's jump to that conclusion. You've got Houston, Jacksonville, Atlanta, Detroit, Chicago. 5 jobs that would be open. How would you rank those jobs?
Well, you got to start with the quarter. You're going to
go with Houston number 1.
Okay, I go with Jacksonville number 1 simply because they have $100 million in cap space. They've got all their picks plus a bunch from trading Yannick Ngakoue and a couple of other guys. So I go Jacksonville 1, Houston 2, but you could flip them and go Houston.
Sure. I go Houston 1 because of Watson, and then you got the left tackle there.
Yep.
You got the left tackle there.
Laremy Tunsil?
Yeah, Tunsil. So I like that, and then you got things that you could build on there. They've had no luck with coaching and culture down there, but I see what you're saying too. I do.
Okay, so who's third? Atlanta's got Matt Ryan. He's 36. Detroit's got Matt Stafford. He's 35. So is Chicago the 5th best, the 3rd best? We don't have a ton of cap space. We got a horseshit offensive line. Our defense is starting to get older, and we don't have a quarterback. Ain't that attractive a job?
So do you
what they put on tape the other day?
Do you open up the checkbook for somebody like Ozzie to take over as president and just say, name your price and fix it?
Newsom?
Yeah.
I mean, does he still want to do
Ozzie?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Ozzie's very close to Sam. Actually, Sam Rutigliano got Ozzie the job. That's a true story.
There you go.
So, anyway, Ozzie's has some health issues.
Yeah.
That's a true story.
So I go out and I find the best single executive who's looking for a new challenge. John Schneider, you want to come? I'll tell you a guy who's out there is John Pussy. Now, there's got to be a reason. He brought a ton of talent to Kansas City, got in a pissing contest, you're out. Goes to Cleveland and works for a lunatic owner.
Yes.
Brings a ton of talent, and he's out. So I'd have to know why he's going on his 3rd job in like 6 years. Because he's successful in terms of drafting and developing talent. But I would call every big-name executive and go, you want to be the president of my team? Or I'd call Peyton freaking Manning.
Peyton Manning would be a great call.
Oh,
Gary
yeah.
Fensick, to me, I'm telling you, I just think somebody that knows this city, knows this franchise, and is that janitor that knows where the shit is. That you don't go in that room, it stinks. Get rid of this. Let's clear this up. You're the Bears, for God's sake. We have listeners and fans, so do you, all over the world. Ireland, Scotland, China, Japan. We've had fans from Japan coming on the show to talk.
Don't forget England. I know Bearlissimo.
England, Bearlissimo's in the
He's
chat.
in the chat room.
Tonight.
Yep.
He's in the chat tonight.
I love that guy.
You got Berlissimo, our friend. You got people in Norway. They love the Bears. There is somebody out there. I'll fucking put in for the job. I am maniacal to make the right person be the head coach. That he's got to be, like you said, Dick. It has to be that no-nonsense mentality. You can't have the millennials tweeting out this stuff. You're 100% right. Those guys should all be sat down for the first quarter. Don't ever talk like that about your
team. Javon Wims. I would say, you know what?
I agree.
Yes, I totally agree.
About it. Yeah.
There's a check over there. That's what we owe you. Now get the fuck out of my locker room.
Exactly. I love you, Cap.
Cap, you take your question what the best job is. I think you can turn it around because obviously it's going to take some time here and they have to reshuffle a lot of things. But if you believe in yourself as a team president and who you can bring in and you start to get it right, Chicago's a far and away one of the best jobs in the NFL. So I think that's the perspective that you have to have. Okay. I'm not looking at 2021 and 2022. It's going to take me a couple of years to reshuffle the deck. But man, if you live it. I'm born and raised in New York, and I'm a Chicago fan through and through. Bears and Bulls my entire life. I lived through the Bulls run, and it's still a Chicago Bears town. If they win, we know how that is. So
I always believe that if the Cubs won the World Series, for that moment, they'd be the biggest thing our city's ever seen because it was 108 years. Okay, that moment was massive. The Bears are still bigger.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Totally true. But don't you think that has to be part of the allure to getting a guy in here that knows Chicago, that knows the fan base? I mean, that's got to be a big to me that's got to be one of your top things that you're pushing.
The charter franchise.
Yeah.
Exactly, Cap. They're the charter franchise. And the reality
to say, okay, John Doe, here's how much they're going to cost. $5 million a year, done. Here's my checkbook, and you go fix my fucking team.
Yeah.
I'm out of your hair. I will not get involved. You go hire who you want, and I'll judge you on every move you make. I'm not going to tell you, I really want you to draft Shayne because I really like his dad because I knew him way back.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You can't do that.
Out of the way and let the pros do their job.
There's somebody out there that is prepared to do it, and this franchise has bias, clickiness, the old corporate that corporate world. What you said, I call it the old white boys network. Hey, this guy, we got this guy. You got to know, he's my son's cousin. All that crap, you killed it right there.
Gone.
You got to get the person that interview everybody. Interview a guy that's the WNBA person. I want to talk to him. You don't go by Ernie freaking Corsi.
Right.
You don't ever listen to that guy. He's the biggest shoe salesman this side of freaking the Mississippi.
Right. I want to go steal someone else's superstar like the Cubs did with Theo.
Yeah.
And then what Ricketts did, here's my budget. You get whatever it was, $275 million. You go hire who you got to hire. You go trade who I'm not going to get involved at all.
I love it.
You got to build this thing.
And Peyton Manning would be appetizing. I mean, he would be salivating I think he would love that opportunity if you said, this is your team. I want you to hire the GM, and I want you to be in charge of fixing this shit. Right. I honestly think he'd do it.
It's worth a phone call.
Oh, it's worth the goddamn phone call, no doubt. People were laughing at John Lynch. He's the GM. Look what he's done. Look what they've done in San Francisco. You hired the right coach. I'd say this, Cap. I've said it before on this show. If Mitch Trubisky was coached by Kyle Shanahan or Mike Shanahan, he'd be a different football player.
Yeah, he might not be an all-pro, but he would be a better player.
Absolutely. The mechanics, the footwork, the overthinking, all of that would get washed away. They don't do anything offensively for this kid in rhythm, in personnel, as you pointed out with Montgomery. We're speaking the same language tonight. I get so fired up watching a game. How the fuck are you pulling Montgomery out of the game? He just carried the ball 7 yards through a fucking crowded subway that you couldn't block, and you're pulling him out. Come on.
Right?
Come on. It makes no sense.
I completely agree with you. And last year, okay, the offensive line sucks. We have bad calling. We don't have a tight end on the roster, basically.
Right.
We have one receiver, and Mitch is playing in a sling. And we want to know why we sucked offensively. And then you double down in the offseason and you go, yeah, we don't need new players for the offensive line. We're going to Harry Heatstan's fault. Oh, wait a minute. He coached 3 of the 5 all-pro offensive linemen in his career. He obviously knows what he's doing. And this is not a shot at Juan Castillo. I'm sure he's a good football coach. Juan Castillo is not out there blocking. It's still fucking Charles Leno and Bobby Massey and Rashad Howard. You're not going to win.
Yeah, we had Lawrence Funk on, the Bears barber. He came on with us, and he's like, guys, I got to get going. I got a guy coming in for a cut. And we look, and it's Coach Castillo. And he goes, Coach, you want to come on and talk with Shane and Phil? And he's like, they're killing me right now, huh? And he would come on. So he goes, guys,
He
goes, I'm gonna give the coach's cut, and I'll be back on. So Lawrence left his phone on and everything, went and cut Coach's hair, and he goes, tell Shane and Phil, I'm gonna get this shit right because I want to be back. I want to be back next year. And then they went out and got boat raced.
Vikings and
we got bad players.
Yeah, no, I know, I get it.
Never be at center. I listen to Olin, and Olin breaks this stuff down. He goes, Cody Whitehair's not a center. Get him away from center. Put him at guard. He loves James Daniels. We got to get him healthy. Then he says, we've got this kid that nobody wanted named Sam Mustipher.
Yeah.
Good point. Did you notice the other night? Darnell Mooney made a catch after the whistle.
Yes.
Phil and I talked about it, yeah.
The only one.
No call. And who are the 2 guys that came running over to get involved?
The 2
Mustipher and
the 2 undrafted.
Fucking Harry Heatstand.
Yeah.
2 undrafteds, coached by Harry Heatstand, and showing the opposite of what you're seeing Allen Robinson and company give. It's unbelievable. You are unbelievable. I don't know how much time we got with you. I don't want to keep you, but I'm having a blast with you and the freaking fans. We're getting you, Cap, for president, Phil for GM, or coach. I'll let Shane be the GM. I'll be the head coach because no one's going to bring more fire and preparedness.
You can have the coaching job. Shane and I will go on the road and find players.
There you go. And I know you'll give me what I want. And all I want is some good offensive linemen defensive linemen. Because, Cap, it's cliche for a reason, Cap. You win up front. It all starts up front.
Yes.
And they did. Guess what? Listen, I wanted KJ Hamler where they picked Cole Kmet, and then I wanted an offensive tackle. That was my draft. Offensive tackle, speedy receiver. That's how I assessed what they were going to do in the second round. They went tight end and corner. Listen,
I think
we're going to get Kmet involved.
Yeah.
We don't see him.
I think
this was better this week.
The Carolina game. I'm driving in to do the pregame show, and I'm listening to NFL Network, and they go to some correspondent. Let's go to Carolina where the Bears will take on the Panthers. And here's some guy. And he said, yeah, I was just listening to Matt Nagy where he said we've got to get Cole Kmet involved early in this game. So I get to the office. I grab my phone. This phone right there, I grab it, and I look on my PointsBet account. Cole Kmet is 90-1 to catch the first touchdown of the game. And he's 23-1 to catch an anytime touchdown. And I'm like, I got a little money in my account. $50 at 90-1, and then another $200 at 23-1. I put it down. We're sitting in that conference room, and we see Cole Kmet on the field, and they're like first and goal at like the 7.
Yeah.
And Alex Brown goes, if this fucking guy catches a touchdown, this guy's going to be bouncing off the wall. Now we get false start, 72 offense. And I'm like, you got to be kidding. They take Cole Kmet out. Now, I believe, jumps. So now we get the 5 back. Here comes Cole Kmet back. Foles throws it into double coverage, and I see this hand pull it down, and I'm screaming, "Please be 85!" And he turns, and there's 85, $9,000.
No,
That's amazing.
Oh my God, I've never seen $9,000 in my hand. Jesus,
pretty cool.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Real quick, Kat, before we let you go, I think one of the things that we had Olin on with us, and I said it just talks about this franchise so much. He said back in the day, he went and he talked to Jerry Angelo and to Lovie Smith, and he said, guys, I'm telling you right now, we cannot win fucking games with the offensive line that we have. We can't. It's impossible. The guys that I'm playing with, he goes, I don't like to be this guy. We need offensive line help, or we're not going to win. I'm just telling you. Olin's saying this. He goes, so Jerry Angelo went out and got they paid Julius Peppers in free agency, and they got Olin Frank Omiel. And he goes, that was my running mate on the offensive line that year.
Yeah.
And
remember Frank Stank?
Yeah, Frank the Stank. And he said he went and talked to Jerry after that, and he goes, Olin, you have to watch this game. You have to watch this game by this kid.
One game.
And Olin goes, Jerry, it's one game. I want to see a whole lot more than one game. And but that's the Chicago Bears today.
You brought up Jim Finks, and you think about these players: Dent, Mike Richardson, Sean Gale. Think about the players they were getting in these rounds and building. They always did the right way up front. It's not sexy for Jerry in freaking whateverville in Illinois or the region where Greg Bragg. It's not cool for them, but in the long run, the James Daniels of the world are what help you win football games. It's always
and keep like they did. Dennis Lick to Ted Albrecht, to Jimbo Covert, to Mark Bortz, to Jay Humber, Keith Van Horn, number 7 overall. I mean, all of that. You have got to continue to keep swinging until you go, I got the best fucking offensive line in football. Oh, now we can win some football games.
Exactly. Well, I know you've been on. You are the freaking man. Fans want you on more.
You tell me when, and I'll be glad to come on.
I'm just going to text you. I'm going to be like, Cap, we need you, bro. Put on your... I need you, though, in a robe. We got to get him a robe.
Yeah.
Like the Rocky robe. He's
some black trunks. Get some Tyson trunks. We'll let you have the little longer trunks. Right. Tyson's were a little short the other night in the fight. But
settle this one. Your favorite Rocky, which one was it?
Wow, let me think here. So Rocky 1, he loses. Rocky 2, he wins.
Well, he ties in Rocky 2.
Rocky 1, he ties.
Oh, he won in Rocky 2?
He won. Yeah.
Okay, my bad, Cap. You got it.
Yeah.
Rocky 3 is Mr. T.
He loses in Rocky 1.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Right, yeah.
Split decision.
Yep.
He wins Rocky 2. Rocky 3 was Mr. T. Clubber.
Yes.
4 was Drago.
Rocky 4 was the best.
Yes, thank you, Cap.
No,
thank you. Yep, I agree.
Rocky 1 was amazing.
It won the Academy Award.
Yeah, it did. It was amazing. But Rocky 4 with Drago was freaking phenomenal.
Yeah.
Okay, you're on Team Shayne. I'm Clubber Lang, Mr. T.
That was a good one too.
Rocky 3.
So that was sad.
Yeah.
Can we get you up on top of the bean screaming Nagy? And we'll get the camera spinning around. Maybe it'll do some good.
Exactly.
Before we let you go, can you do a station ID for us?
Yeah, so tell me exactly how you want me to refer to the show.
So this is David Kaplan, blah, blah, blah. You say whatever. You're listening to my guys, Phil and Shayne, Keepin It 100 on the Tape Never Lies Network. Is that going to be...
Shayne, Keepin It 100 on the Tape Never Lies Network.
That's it.
Beautiful.
All right, I'll fuck this up.
Well, you could get another take, even though we're live. No one cares. I'm going to isolate on you. There you go. Want me to count you down?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Ready? 3, 2, 1. Hey, this is David Kaplan. Listen to me. You want to learn football? Listen to my guys. Phil and Shane on the Keepin It 100, the Tape Never Lies network. These guys are freaking awesome, Sparkles.
Yes. Yes. I love it. You are the man. One take.
Beautiful.
Take that.
Look at that. I love you. I truly do. Not.
And you hated me when you first found
Listen,
out.
I'm keeping it 100 on this show.
I got no problem with that.
At first, I did not like you. I was like, I'm new to the Chicago radio because I'm in Connecticut, Cap.
I get
So
it.
I'm hearing, and I'm like, who is this? You were agreeing with David Haw, and he was just killing Peanut Tillman, saying he's not a Hall of Famer. And I'm listening on there. I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? He's not a Hall of Famer.
He's a Hall of Famer, so is Cruz.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. So I'm losing it. And you're like, well, you think you weren't like hammering him. And then you started to hammer back and fight this guy. And I'm like, all right, he's like, and I'll give Greg Braggs.
Braggs is the best.
I'll give my boy Braggs some credit. He was like, Phil, you gotta listen to it. He thinks like you do. And sure enough, now I love you, man.
Where are you, in Connecticut?
I'm in Connecticut.
And you're in New York?
Yeah.
And he's in upstate New York.
I'm Thousand Islands. Yeah, I'm on St. Lawrence River, way up north.
We're near Lake Placid.
Yeah, well, it's about 3 hours. I'm next to Syracuse.
Okay,
right?
Yep.
I'm right outside New Haven. So when COVID clears, you come here. I'm taking you to the best pizza in the world. It's not even close.
Yeah, I heard the pizza in New Haven's amazing.
Oh,
Dave,
Cap, I didn't believe him. I didn't believe him.
Dave.
I went down to Phil's, and it's the best pizza I've ever had in my life, and I'm a New York guy.
So my wife is the
Lou
Malnati's.
Yeah.
So if I have other pizza, it's like I'm cheating on her, but I don't cheat on her for you guys.
There you go.
I'm taking you and her there. My treat. Although you did win 9,000, so maybe I'm just joking.
I could buy the pizza.
But Lou Malnati's, I had there. I was actually with Braggs. I had their keto pizza.
Oh yeah, the one with the sausage.
Sausage? Holy sh! I go, this is fucking good. It honestly was good. So it gets my approval, and that's not blowing smoke. I really enjoyed it, honestly. But it's not as good as New Haven pizza. No Chicago pizza is. People get upset with me, but I'm like,
I don't know about that. I'll have to try the New Haven.
Listen, one last story before you go. I have a fan from Scotland. He's coming in to see Bears Giants. He's like, I would love to meet up with you. I go, come to my house. I'm going to take you around, him and his buddy. I took him around, right? He had been drinking or whatever, and he and his buddy, and he's like, I'm only going to have one slice, Phil. One slice. So we waited in line. We went in there. 11 or 12 slices later, he was like, you are not kidding, in his thick Scottish accent. This is the best pizza he's ever had. So I will bring you there. You got to have it. We talked to all our guests. Heather Sandlin, she came in from Indiana. Look at her. She's giving you the heart pizza.
Hi, Heather. How are you?
She's a part of our swag team that will send you. Dave, just text me your address, and I'll take it. I'll also text you the intro. I want you to show it to your wife.
Oh, I will. 100%. She'll love it.
Yeah, she's awesome, man. You guys are the best. Thank you for giving us so much of your time.
Awesome, Cap. Thank you so much.
When you want me, and I'm back anytime.
Bro, I'm keeping you. The Christmas episode with Dave Kaplan.
Tell me when. I'm in.
I love you, brother.
All right,
Have
Cap.
a great night.
Being out with you guys, you're awesome.
Thanks,
you, Cap.
Really appreciate it. No higher endorsement.
Tune in the morning.
All right,
we'll be there.
Hey, make sure you listen to Cap. Tune in tomorrow morning. I better get a shout out with that New Haven pizza.
Not about the pizza. I'll give you guys the shout out.
I love you, man.
Thanks, Cap.
Be good.
Yep, have a good one.
All right, keep it
Bye,
100.
Cap. Always. That's what we do.
See ya.
David Kaplan, man.
So
Holy
fun.
cow. Was there not a better interview all time than having David Kaplan come on here?
No, that was
keeping it 100.
It's
Honestly,
fun to get fired up again.
We've had a lot of great interviews, but I got to tell you, when I get goosebumps because of somebody speaking the truth, but with that vulnerability, Shane.
Oh yeah.
That was awesome.
He
Great
loves
interview.
it, Phil. And you and I talk every single day about this team, and it's tough, with them, the way that they're playing. You get somebody like Cap coming on and showing his passion and talking about it. It gets the juices flowing again. It gets you hyped up. And the one thing I hope he's wrong about is the 7-9, 8-8 delineation there. I mean,
I think he's hoping he's wrong.
Yeah, I think so. I think you're right.
Oh man, I'm honestly, I didn't know what to expect. I've had a lot of anxiety the last couple days, and I gotta say that I should have said this when he was here, but that really pulled me out of this.
Yep.
This negative. His energy. What a great human being.
Christ,
man.
now we're gonna. Cap is gone. Now we got to bring fucking Claudio back. That's the bad part.
It all goes downhill from here. It all goes downhill. Well, first off, am I okay? Is there still a delay or what?
There's a little delay on my end, but that's cool.
Listen, I gotta say, man, that was awesome. I mean, you guys, like, every week, your guests are awesome. I mean, Olin Kreutz was great. I mean, everybody's great. So it's hard to say who was the best. I mean, maybe at the end of the season,
at the end of the season,
vote.
We're gonna have the, what is it? The New Year or New Year's Eve episode, something. We're gonna be on quick. We'll jump on. Shane's probably pissed at me, but I'm just.
No, I'll be off then. I'm taking some time around Christmas and New Year's.
I just want to. We'll look back. We'll take the votes, but honestly,
it was great.
I didn't think I could get out of this funk. The stories, the emotion.
Yeah. And I tell you what, Cap as president, Shayne as GM, and you as coach. Actually, I think that could work.
Could we start a movement? Could we start a movement?
we need to get the 100 crew on this.
Does that mean we have to fire Funk as the barber and hire you, Claude?
No, we have two barbers. We'll have two barbers.
Two chairs.
We'll have 2 chairs.
2 chairs in the shop.
Hallisall's big enough, I think.
Listen.
How does lunch with cars sound?
Dude, I go on there. Do you guys ever send him questions?
I have. He's actually taken a couple of mine.
Has he?
It's back in the day. Yeah, I haven't done it in a long time.
Can we ever get Larry on here?
I told you that I think I don't know if I've shared it on this network. I did it on the old network when I went to it was Jay Cutler's debut as a Bear, but it was preseason. It was Buffalo. They played in Buffalo, and I got to go down on the field, and that was where my unfortunate disdain for Matt Forte came into play, because he was, of all the people I loved Matt Forte. It was his second year, and loved the dude, and he was a total dick. That guy was crushed.
That's always the worst moment. Honestly,
and he blocked me on Twitter, blocked Phil the same day, if you remember that. But it was funny. I was standing there with a couple of my friends, and we were just going back up into our seats, and I turn around, and my one friend, Don, goes, "Isn't that the dude that writes for the Bears?" And I turn around, and here's Larry Bear coming across the field. And I turn around, and I said, "Larry!" And he just gives me a head nod, and he starts walking over to me. He's like, "You want an autograph?" And I'm like, "No, I just wanted to say, hey, what's up?" So I pulled kind of the dick move. I didn't really want his autograph, but he asked me if I wanted one, and I said no.
I don't know. I read his answers, and he's just politically correct. You know what I mean? He's not gonna keep it 100. If he came on this show, he wouldn't be able to.
No,
obviously he can't. He toes the company line. That's why.
That's why
I wrote a song
pointless.
about him for a Christmas song. I'm gonna bring the Christmas songs next week, Shane. So I'll bring the.
It's too early.
No, it's not. My tree's up. Is your tree up?
Yeah, man.
So
too early. My daughters
and
my wife put up Christmas stuff after Halloween. They don't even.
I'm gonna debut the Ryan Pace Christmas song next week. Look at you! I actually decorated my house this year.
I saw it. It looks good.
Tate and Dev, yeah. I'm adding more. I gotta add more. But listen, we got another guy.
Well, we got Swanky wants to know.
Well, he's perfectly timed. I didn't know if he was showing up tonight, but
there he is. Cars, what's going on? I'm kidding.
Where's this little intro? There it is. Sorry. His name is Cars. He's a nerd. And he also has 2 fingers.
Shane. 2 fingers to the...
What's up, Cars? How are you tonight?
Good.
Did
I'm
you-
glad that we're 5-1 going into the start
Yeah.
of the season here.
You,
So I'm.
you
really
sound like
looking
Bill.
forward to it.
You sound like Bill Laser.
We're not 5-1. We're not on a losing streak.
No.
Did you get to listen to Cap at all, Cars?
I did not. No, I was reading bedtime.
He would have brought some of your Chicago Bears love back a little bit. We definitely need it. You're going to want to listen back to it. The only thing that had me worried is he thinks if they finish 8-8 that there's not going to be any change anywhere.
I still don't expect any, sadly, but I would love to be surprised.
I mean, if we lose to the Lions, who just fired
they're done.
their GM and
You're
and
done if you
coach,
lose this
I think
weekend.
it should be a rule. You lose to a team that just fired their GM and coach, you
Yep.
fire your fucking GM and coach.
No, the GM
The
and coach got
unwritten rule.
fired because they lost 41-25. If that score doesn't sound familiar, our guys kept their job after that. So
True, Cars.
Look, it's the most Bears thing ever if they'll just be like, we'll give it the old college try one more time and see what happens. And that's completely what I expect, sadly.
Well, I gotta say this. I think you're gonna be wrong. I really do. And I'm not just saying that. I just believe it. They're gonna make the change. They know it. I saw the twinkle in Kaplan's corner cheek as he was laughing. But, we are going to break it down no matter what. You fans are going to be involved. If you're not a part of the Tape Never Lies patron channel, you're missing out. Honestly. It's a pop-up shows. Cars is getting some love. We got big plans for the draft. Like nobody else covering the draft. You want to do live mock drafts here with us? Become a patron. You want to talk prospects, GMs, coaching searches, all of that. Be a part of it. That's www.thetapeneverlies.com. Obviously, you get the full breakdown and analysis every week there. You've had Big O on last week with the voice of Bears Barn, Lawrence Fleming, talking about it. We're going to bring more patrons on. That was a great show too, Shane, with fans. I've had a lot of people reach out. That was really awesome that you brought some fans on the show. And obviously, this Sunday, if you got the hype, I already got one guy lined up. Shane says he's got another guy. So
we got a couple of guys. So yeah, we might bring
three on.
Might stretch it out, and I mean,
still waiting to see Chubbs. Is he real?
No, Chubbs is still trying to figure out how to charge his headphones.
Chubbs.
It's been 6 weeks. He's gonna get him charged.
Chubbs is
You
one
can't
of
remember
our
if
big
it's
fans.
micro USB or USB-C or uses a lightning cable.
Where do the batteries go?
Yeah.
Still trying to figure it out.
Some of you fans are so good. You gotta give me that opportunity. I know my boy the Funk Jones is gonna come on BHL after. Let's just do one thing of business. BHL after every Bears. It's Bears Hour Live immediately after every Bears game. It's the best post-game Bears show on the planet. You like that? Did it live for you. There you go. Guys, let's get right into it. Dave was on. Awesome. Probably one of the best interviews, in my opinion, ever on our network, or ever, really, for me. Just a great human being, great person. Cars, I kept it 100 with him. I told him. At first, I didn't like him. I really didn't. And then, as I got to listen to him, I really found out the good person and the really good takes that he has. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel, guys. You also have a Facebook group you could be a part of, Keepin It 100, the fan page. If you're a patron member, we do have a private all-access Facebook page right there, TTNL All Access. Jump over there. Once you become a patron, you get in there. We got a bouncer. And I got to say, this dude is doing such a great job. Jeremy Plashinsky. He does a great job for this network. I don't even have to ask him to do anything.
We have the Claudio the Barber calendar coming out in January. We haven't let Claude know yet, but you better get the bikini line trim, bro. Shit's gonna be hot, yeah.
Oh boy,
Cherie's already pre-ordered 6 of them.
Exactly.
And Chubbs. Chubbs got 6 too. I thought it was weird, but yeah,
I
he's.
think we learned how we got that nickname now.
Yeah, right. It's all from Claude.
The swag shop is open. I'm hitting all these business ends. The swag shop is open. Alex Acevedo, Chris Sandlin, and Heather Sandlin, as well as my girl Olivia Newton-John, a.k.a. Jamie, over there. SuperiorEmbroidery.net/TTNL. Although Shane is freaking demanding, like Ted Phillips, a change of the web page.
Can't do it. Acevedo dropped the ball on it.
Oh, he can't? Oh.
What are those, George? I don't know what those are.
Doesn't know. But anyway, the swag shop is open. You want a Draft Dr. Phil, the tape never lies tee? Boom. You want the smartest man tee? Boom. You want a Cars tee? Cars keys. We're making those. They're not, they haven't been shipped from China yet.
My own wife wouldn't buy those. I don't know what that
She
even means
would.
right now.
We're getting the cut it out tees. It's going to be fun. If you're a part of this network, you already know. Even beyond Patreon. You know, $7 a month. Get it before the getting is good, as they say. December 31st will be the last day you could become a charter member. What does that mean, Shane? It means right after that.
What does charter member mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you subscribe,
you'll be grandfathered in, right?
Yeah, if you subscribe before December, the last day of December, December 31st, you will stay at the $7 price point for life, or as long as you have your subscription. I know we've had some people bounce and then come back. You have to maintain an active subscription to qualify for that. So if you happen to take a couple of months off and then come back, you're not gonna. In our price changes, you're not gonna stay at that $7. It's for a consistent membership, but you still have until December 31st. Sign up at thetapeneverlies.com. $7 and you get all this content like you saw with Cap. You're going to get the extended Tape Never Lies. You're going to get all the pop-up shows that Phil and I have been doing. We have more planned, and there's going to be a whole bunch of them in the off season.
Especially with the off season. If you're a Bears fan, or your husband or your wife is, this is the perfect gift to give on Christmas and the holidays for $7 a month. If you do the math, come on. It's really,
what is it? Do the math.
I don't know. It's $1.75 a show. I remember that. But in regards to the tape and the work that I put into 47 minutes of analysis, I'm not afraid to keep it 100 here. As Logan Frost is popping up 263. We're up to 420 something because of all the drama with Patreon. It's crazy. And I'm going to break down this team like nobody else does. They can copy or try, right, Cars? But they can't. So
there's several that do copy to this day. That maybe won't be named, but that's fine.
But I appreciate you, Cars, because you keep it 100. And even though we don't agree on everything, I know you have my back. We bring the best Bears coverage because we don't agree on everything. And when it comes to the draft, I'm telling you, I trust these two gentlemen with the selection. If I was
not you,
coach.
Claude.
I'm talking about Cars and Shane.
Wait, me? This is like the nicest thing you've ever said, Phil.
Well,
I'm right.
You're in for a big car. You're in for a big Cars love fest tonight, buddy.
Yeah, I got love Cars.
You just wait.
I can't take any sort of positive reinforcement. So
you know what I was drinking in this Yeti tonight, Cars?
The same thing I just finished before I came on the show.
Sir.
Absolutely.
Is it hot?
Yes,
Listen,
it is hot.
I love you guys. We do this every week. If you're a new listener, we have segments. We're going to get to them, and we're going to knock these out tonight. I even produced an open for the end segment, Cars. Finally, the Cherie prediction segment. We're going to be doing it all. Let's start it off like this, though. We play this game, bear up, bear down, every week. It's dyslexic because the bear up is the positive player, even though we scream and chant bear down, and apparently the University of Arizona owns that right.
They do.
So we can't have a bear down t-shirt, but we should make a Tape Never Lies t-shirt, bear up, bear down. Alex, Heather. I won't say Chris because his phone sucks. I can't even get a text.
Heather Sandlin with a shout out from Cap tonight.
Yes, Heather got a shout out from him. Bear up, bear down. Let's go.
Phil Ottochian, Shayne Marsaw. The Tape Never Lies Network.
A bear up, a bear down. It's Draft Dr. Phil and the smartest man around. A bear up, bear down. It's Draft Dr. Phil and the smartest man around. A bear up, a bear down. It's Draft Dr. Phil and the smartest man around. A bear up, a bear down. It's Draft Dr. Phil and the smartest man around. A bear up. This week, Draft Dr. Phil and Shayne Marsaw, the smartest man. Bear ups and bear downs of the week.
A bear up, a bear down. We don't have the little girl anymore. We had to delete that to make room.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate.
Claude had to go 12 minutes on his segment, so I had to delete stuff.
The things we have to deal with is I have anxiety over technical computer and internet and this and that. It's unbelievable. To get this show, you guys don't even know. The $7, oh my God. I'm like, if I see someone complaining about something, I'm like, fuck out of here. I don't need you. We work so hard to bring these shows and all of the work that we do. It's those of you that see that, and whoever's sending me fucking Keurigs every day.
I don't even know where that came from.
Because I was talking about getting a new Keurig because mine was not filling up the cup. Now I'm
Cherie, check your DM on Twitter. I just sent it to you.
That's where someone's sending me Keurig. They don't even have a name. It comes from Walmart. It's like every day I've gotten a package, me and Steph. We're like, all right, we got coffee. There you go. All right, let's go. Who started it last week? Does anyone remember?
I think you did because you were starting to go off on technical difficulties.
Okay, so let's start.
Look at how smooth he's been tonight, too, man.
Oh, all because of this guy. Cars and Shayne and fucking 7 Cox communication technicians and internet support, new firmware upgrade for oh my God, I've done everything. So good. Knock on wood. Cars, you're going to kick us off tonight. I'll go last. And let's go. Bear down. We always start with the negative first. Bear down.
Oh, good. You're going to give me the layup of layups so that I can just go directly at number 10 and just go straight there.
Absolutely. You have the floor. Do you want a solo floor for this talk?
No, oh God, no one wants to see that. No, look, after all this downtime and all this talk, you know, I go back to the preseason when some folks freaked out about a practice where on a goal line drill, Mitch walked out of bounds at the 4-yard line, and what does he do in a game? 2nd and 7, doesn't throw the ball away. Walks out of bounds again.
How many times have we seen that? Yeah. Jesus.
And we, everyone's like, don't overreact. Look, I'm tired of seeing it. The first interception was terrible. The second interception was worse. I feel bad for the guy. I just think he can't. Once he saw the other guys ascend and he couldn't keep pace, I just think he lost it. So, we're going to be. We are the 2017
one of these cars.
The 2017 Jacksonville Jaguars. We said we weren't going to be, but Blake Bortles and Mitch Trubisky are the same guy, and so Mitch Trubisky is my bear down.
Can't argue that. I mean, just breaking down the tape. I just remember back to BHL, Shayne, and my dad talking about Mitch. And listen, my dad, for how he coached to now being in this role, he likes it. I've never seen him be straightforward with the media. He's going to toe the company line. And here Mitch was not good. Mitch was not good. He just wasn't good. He's thinking too. And watching the tape, Cars, you see it's too inconsistent. If it's inconsistently inconsistent,
it's consistently inconsistent. Yeah.
Then you got problems, and that's really where it goes. And I even said, I don't know if you were able to watch it yet, but I'm like, I don't know where to point the blame. Is it because of Nagy? Is it because of the offensive line? But at some point, you got to rise to the occasion, step into these fucking throws. And I remember New York Jets quarterback Ken O'Brien. He was a pussy. I'm just letting you know, he was a pussy. He did not want to get hit. He had a great arm, great talent, but the hits ruined the guy. And listen, people are human. People don't like to get hit. I'm not saying Mitch is that guy, but when you're running out of bounds and you're losing focus on the actual game like that, I'm pissed at myself because I wasn't able to put that play and isolate on that in the tape never lies. I had it and I fucking forgot to put it in, but it's just another showcase. Forget about the double coverage, interception off of action. I hated the play call, Cars, but there was no interference by the Packer. The safety's over the top. He wheels
never
around.
There. Even if there wasn't that little rub, that play was never there. And there
was so overthrown.
And there were 6 guys. I don't know if you saw this. There were 6 guys dropped into coverage. Like there.
Yes.
It was at no point, if he was seeing the field right, could he do? He should have made
take
those throws.
Dump it down to Montgomery, and live to
be
fight
done with
another
it.
day. Exactly.
And that's what always kills me. You can only do so much for test day, right? Like, organic chemistry is the most ridiculous class I've ever taken in my life. And I could study, and I thought I'd do the homework, and then test day came, and I would just stare at that piece of paper like it was written in Egyptian hieroglyphs, right? Like I had no idea what was going on. And that's what I just see out of him. Like if you gave... My biggest issue with him is, like, I think if you gave him the same play call and the same defense 3 times in a row, he would read it completely differently. The game's too fast. It's unfortunate. Like, it's not because it's not Cade McNown where he's not putting the work in. He's just doesn't have it.
It's a tough one. It's a tough pill to swallow because I'm telling you now, I want this kid to be successful. I really do.
Absolutely.
I get he's going to get another shot. I like the fact that we had to ask permission. I don't know if you saw that, Cars. I think it was Pat Finley. He's like, I know we already asked this, but do you mind if I ask you, is Mitch your starter? Like, what the hell? Just ask the fucking question. Why are you tiptoeing around? That's how crazy.
Sir.
Is Mitch? It's okay, Pat. Yes, he's going to be starting. So, yeah, I want to listen. I never rule any person out. I really don't. And that could be a blessing for me or a negative for me. But I give people the chance and the benefit of the doubt. Everybody deserves that. Mitch came out there. Let me just be honest. That defense fucking was the worst I've ever seen them play.
Yes.
So that leaks over. It became a fucking, what do you call that thing? A fucking whirlpool. And they just sunk to the bottom. It was terrible. So I want to see how Mitch responds. But I'm with you. It's a great choice. And we delayed enough for Shayne to get back. Look at that. Claudio, the barber. You're bear down.
There's a lot of them, so let me see which one.
You only get one. Don't pull a Cars and take all of mine.
So I'm gonna go with this guy who listen. This guy, most games he's been playing great. I think we all agree on it. But this game, like you said earlier, Phil, he just didn't bring it. Jalen Johnson just did not bring it when it came to effort. When it came to his maturity level, that hit.
Oh my god!
That's all his entire Instagram feed is that, and it's the dumbest fucking thing ever. You needed that fucking turnover.
It's right, and it literally was like right there. If he just fucking looks over to the left,
it was right there, man.
Yeah,
I would honestly get thrown out of the game strangling him. I would have went on the what the fuck are you doing? Like, he would have learned. But again, I go back to Eddie Jackson, like we talked about. This shit is going downstream, cars. This fucking, they're fucking teaching these young kids that this is okay.
Every player that they made the decision to keep this year was the wrong one, right? And so, like, I think Jalen is going to be fine. He'll be fine. I'm not so worried about him. But yeah, it was like you almost saw instantly that once Green Bay scored, the defense was like, "Fuck, we've lost this game." Like once they put 7 points on, it was like this game's over.
Well, they know. I mean,
and it was crazy because Montgomery hits it. You're down there again, and you're like, "Where are the defense? Where is it?" Oh.
I think that's probably right there where it happened when they couldn't punch it in. There, I think that's where they're just like, "What the fuck."
Especially, I don't want to over highlight, but that Orlovsky breakdown of when those sorts of things, that Komet throw.
Oh my God. I had someone debating me on the throw. I think it was Chubbs, my boy Chubb. I'm like, Chubbs, he doesn't even step into the throw. It looked like he was doing a Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, I called it, a hook shot.
Yeah.
It's like, what are you doing? Step into it.
And you made a good point.
Both feet were off the ground.
If he just has it leading him, he scores easily.
Oh, easily scores.
Easily, but like you said, you can see he has to go around, come and catch it.
And that's the thing, Cars, especially on this game. We haven't seen him. We're staying on Mitch again, but the mechanics in a game of inches and timing, if they're a little off, it becomes the throw is off, and thus the inches are off. That's what fans forget sometimes. And listen, I want Mitch to be successful. I have seen the talent. I can have my theory on who to blame. It's unfortunate. It goes back to, would Aaron Rodgers be Aaron Rodgers if he came to the Bears? And the answer is no. So that's where your answers are, and that it's unfortunate. And going back to Jalen Johnson, great choice, Claudio. Listen, there's a lot to choose from. The flexing and that play along the first play of the game.
Yeah.
It's on the patron side. He just pulled a Deion Sanders, made a business decision, said, "Okay, let someone else." I'm like, this is not a rivalry game.
And
my
the
God, they were not
touchdown
prepared.
to the tight end.
Oh my God!
What is
the other touchdown, Shane, when he's sitting?
Yeah.
And there's no one there.
Oh yeah.
All you do is peek to the left.
Adams. The first
Adams. Yeah. When we're making Danny T cover Adams, we're making Robert Quinn cover Adams. These are schemed defensive plans, and I'm like,
well, I mean, what else are you going to do with Robert Quinn right now? Make him cover someone because he's not going to get near a quarterback. I mean, that was low.
Oh my God. So Jalen Johnson, my bear down.
There you go, Claudio. Good choice. I really appreciate the choice. Shane Marsaw, your bear down.
Yeah, I was gonna go up front and take friend of the show, your fellow Connecticut boy, Phil. Thought he had a rough one, but I'm gonna stay in the secondary. Bring up a guy that we talked about with Cap. I've nailed him a couple of times, previous weeks. He's definitely trending the wrong way. Number 39. I mean, when you sending out tweets talking about nobody's targeting you and that you're getting bored back there, and then, well, guess what, Eddie? I just saw you get fucking destroyed by, what is it, Tanyan? Is that how you say his name?
Tanyan.
I mean, I tweeted out instantly. I said, well, there you go, bud. You better fucking own this one because you just got fucking mollywopped out there. And I mean, he got destroyed on that. And I know that he's trying to gamble and make a play and stuff, but to Cap's point, he's not interested in tackling whatsoever. He's all about the bear hug and trying to strip, and he's definitely trending the wrong way. And I think, I honestly think, Phil, what you pointed to,
what's that?
You have a young guy like Jalen Johnson. I think he's around a guy like Eddie Jackson, and I think some of that bullshit funnels down to a young guy like Jalen Johnson. I mean, yeah, guess what, Jalen? You made a fucking fantastic play there. I get it.
Yep.
Good for you. Come on. The fucking ball was right there for you to make an even bigger fucking play on it. You never know what's going to happen. And then, still to this day, I mean, you go on his Instagram feed, like I said, it's all about him fucking flexing, standing over the fucking guy. And when you want to praise the fucking culture and everything of this team, that's a part of it. That's a part of it. You can't go out there as Anthony Miller and you're liking all this shit on social media with it's talking about you on another team and Allen Robinson and fucking Javon Wims.
He can go drop balls on another fucking team. Go ahead.
All these guys. So yeah, Eddie Jackson, you're a big fucking problem, son, on this team. I mean, I'm an Alabama fan. Everybody here knows that. But I'm going to call it out when it needs to be called out with Eddie Jackson. And he's I hope he's not. Yeah, I hope I'm going to give him my bear down. I just hope that this guy doesn't start to become a liability now that he got paid. And we've seen that enough on this team with Bobby Massey, with Charles Leno, now with Eddie Jackson. It seems to be a trend in Chicago. And I don't give a shit what anybody says. That, just as much as anything, speaks to your culture if you're letting shit like that slide. So, Eddie Jackson, you're my bear down.
Great stuff. Yeah, the disappointment of Eddie is, well documented on this show tonight. Cap, I'm watching it on the tape, the mistakes, the business decisions, the last touchdown. Oh my God. It's like just put salt in the wound and kill me. Just throws down and lets Jamal Williams just run right up the gut.
Oh, God.
It's just like, oh my God, guys. And it's hard for me in this case because there's a lot of candidates.
Leave the jokes to me, Jeff Burton. Jesus. Good Lord.
I look at it and it's unfortunate because the guy has a lot of talent. Now, maybe if fans get on him and hold him accountable because his coach won't, that maybe he comes to play and changes the dynamic. There's a lot of people that look at our team, but it goes back to what I said. And I don't want to ruin anybody's bear up or whatever, but I look at Kyle Fuller. He's out there throwing his body into people and sending messages the right way. And he's being physical.
Yeah, you could see him out there working overtime with that, Phil. He was starting to chatter a little bit, and he was trying to get the guys motivated. Absolutely.
He's not tweeting. He's not fucking Instagramming and fucking twitching on your fucking video games. He's out there watching the tape. There's one play I fucking pissed at myself because I didn't give the all 22 angle on the Patreon channel, but the one play when he hits the Tonoma, and I'm going off on a positive, Kyle Fuller comes up and just lights him up, gets in his face. He's the only one that came ready and understood the rivalry. But anyway, this is tough because of Eddie Jackson. I was going to go there too. So I can go the old way. I'm going to talk about 3 players. I'll cheat the system tonight. Charles Leno is too easy at this point. It is absurd. That
just
play
goes without saying. You don't even need to say it.
That play though.
He's in the Bear Down Hall of Fame. I think we need like the pantheon of Bear Downs.
Cars.
As an just need a t-shirt, Bear Down with his face on it.
Offensive lineman. Like, I've been around these guys. You have to have pride in your craft.
He's fine. He graded himself a solid B. What do you want?
To fall over, ass over tea kettle, and have Gary, what's his name from the Michigan?
Rashawn. Yeah,
Rashawn Gary, yeah.
Rashawn Gary just bulldozed him. I mean, like Santa Claus with a sack. He just, boom. And that's what you put out there. Oh, my God. That'll be a joke in the locker room and the highlight forever. But He's too easy. J.P. Holtz, Shane taught. This guy shouldn't even be on the fucking roster. It's an embarrassment. It's an embarrassment at this point. But I'm going to go bear down, and it's unfortunate, but one thing that I looked at in this game is effort in a rivalry. For me, when I'm vulnerable and I'm being honest, you're playing the fucking Packers. We hate them. You know that. Honestly, every kid that's ever drafted by the Bears has that understanding. This matters to the city. It matters to the fans. If you can't get up for that, then you got some serious issues. So my bear down was watching Allen Robinson sit there and watch David Montgomery run with heart. If you haven't seen The Tape Never Lies on the YouTube channel, go over there. You'll know exactly the play. I isolate on Allen, and he just stands there. He's the wing, and he just watches Montgomery get the crease. He doesn't block his guy. He doesn't do anything. He just watches and then walks back to the huddle. You would never fucking be on my team ever. You would be benched. You would sit out for a fucking half. If we would have to have a very serious conversation. You don't put that on tape. Forget about the drop in the end zone or the not drop. I could be hard grader or not hard grader. Should Komet have caught that ball? Yeah.
Absolutely.
He should have caught the ball. Just everything technically with Mitch on it didn't help. Should Allen Robinson have caught that ball? That was a tough play. It wasn't thrown high. It was thrown low, and now everybody's body. He should have pulled it in. But I'll give him a pass. What I don't give a pass on is effort. Effort. Why are you jumping on that fucking...
Oh, my God.
Why are you jumping in the air? There's nobody there.
Middle of the field, nobody around, and this
Nobody
motherfucker's
around.
jumping.
Now there's no questioning.
I wonder why his agent didn't tweet about that.
Well,
hey, I didn't hear him tweet about red zone targets either.
Yeah, exactly.
That showcase of what he played like is a guy more concerned with self.
Well, we brought it up. We
than
brought it
being
up,
us.
Phil.
Yeah.
Let's take a poll here. You guys, Cap said word on the street with Allen Robinson and his agent, they want 19 and 20 per. I mean, I'm not paying the guy 15 or 16 million per.
I want to see what the chat has to say. Every week.
Not
Look
the way
Chubbs.
that
Chubbs
this team
is
is
with you.
With the way the cap is set up
Yeah,
next year,
can't.
especially, like you're already going to have to cut guys, and there's a chance you might have to move on from a Kyle Fuller just to free up cap space, right? So you might have to move on from guys who are really good and actually, positively showing up week in, week out.
I think that's the guy you have to extend to make the numbers work.
Restructure and
We talked about it last week with him, Cars, because he's the guy that you can move backwards when you need to. When he gets a little bit older and slows down.
Completely agree. Yeah,
He's
Rod Woodson.
If you ask me to make a choice between Kyle Fuller and Allen Robinson, see you later, 12.
No, absolutely.
I'm with my boy Geary.
I don't want it to be misconstrued that I want this to happen, but he's one of the few guys that has a positive contract that could probably get moved for draft picks, which is not what we could do with the remainder of the defense, basically. So that's my number one concern. But yeah, absolutely,
because his number this year or going into 21 is pushing, quarterback number, right?
Yeah,
close.
It's 20 plus, I
or
think.
above. Yeah, like 23. I thought even wasn't it?
You can't let
Maybe?
Fuller go. A smart GM does what you said, Shane. If you're really about culture in the locker room, it's not even fucking close. This guy's liking fucking receivers go to die shit and all this other shit. He's been a distraction, and the effort there, that sealed it for me. Listen, there's no talent.
Jake put on move on from Trevathan and Eddie Jackson. Unfortunately, those are the guys that Trevathan's deal is actually supposedly it's like a 7-year deal broken down into a 3-year deal is what they said. So I don't know how that worked exactly with Trevathan, but
Deferred.
JJ put the scare in me because of the and the unknowns and the uncertainty. We just don't know.
The killer on defense is Quinn.
Yeah,
that deal.
You're done. You've got him for 2 more years.
Yeah,
he at the very least is on the roster, because even if they try to do post June 1st, all they're saving is $100K. Like, otherwise, you're just losing $30 million in cap space. So he's here.
Well, I'm not staying with Quinn real quick. I know we got to move this segment on. This will be my last thing since it's up. I'm not down on Quinn because I see effort every goddamn play.
No. But Phil, the contract.
No. I get you. No, I get you. I was clearing it up for the chat because a lot of people have been asking. They go, Quinn, get him out. Listen, I'm not worried about the position switch. I'm worried about how you use him.
Pace yet again bid against himself there.
Yeah,
with Quinn, no doubt.
Listen, this guy is a talented edge rusher. You gotta freaking use him that way. That's where he's not covering Adams on a fucking through route like you're keeping. He's staying with him. That's the scary thing. But listen, how many 3rd and longs were in that game, Cars? For our defense.
For us, I just figured every single one of them. No, there weren't. I don't think there was one in that entire game.
There was not one single 3rd and long. So how are you going to get these guys to rush when they're not getting the opportunity in the pitches? That's just the story, and that's what happens sometimes. So, listen, Quinn could restructure. I'm sure there'll be some sort of thing, but listen, let's get on to some positive. Allen Robinson, you are my bear down this week. Allen Robinson. Now we switch it around. Unfortunately, we don't have the little girl because Sandlin's phone sucks, so we had to... I'm going to play a snippet to get us ready for Bear Up!
Phil Ottochian, Shayne Marsaw, the Tape Never Lies Network.
A bear up! A bear up! There you go. Everybody bobs their head when that song comes on.
It's a good one.
That's the flattering thing. When you create something and millions of people love it. Cars, I just can't
millions.
Say
yes, millions.
You saw
millions. Why don't you tout your record upcoming as well? And,
I'm going to release the new album. Actually, I'm going to have a Christmas song next week on Pace,
and if you could ask...
Claudio always laughs the most at this. Well, do care.
I love it.
I'm so glad we got
I love when you get the whole
yeah.
one.
I let
Sometimes
it go.
you just get the quick little.
I let it
bit,
go.
get the
I was gonna
thing.
cut it, but I'm a good sport. Christmas song next week. I had a whole new line tonight. You didn't get to hear it because you were taking care of the kiddos. Bear up this week. I'm going to do something different. I talked about one guy. I'll let somebody else take 23. I'm going to give Tremaine Ifedi my bear up this week because here's a guy getting moved over to the right tackle. And I got to tell you, I watched every snap 3 times now, maybe more. And the kid asserted himself really well. He played to the whistle. He picked up some stunts that we've seen our right tackles miss. There was a game stunt where they sent a corner and they tried to trick him. He stayed with the lower man, the more, the easiest pass to the quarterback. He wasn't fooled. He fired out. He stayed with his body. He wasn't perfect. I'll give anybody that. I'm not saying, but to move out, to be put out there and play in the game, I felt like he played with passion. I felt like Mustafa and Bars responded to him, and I thought Whitehair, everything was pretty decent except Leno, obviously. So my bear up this week, surprisingly going to the offensive line, was Jermaine Ifedi. on the offensive line. And I could have easily taken my boy, but I'll let you go there. Nobody has anything to say about Fetty.
No.
Well, I was worried going in because where he was a penalty machine at offensive tackle.
Oh, Charles Leno is a penalty machine.
No, I know, but
Troy Aikman.
It was the right team to do it against because Green Bay, other than Za'Darius up front, Green Bay's defensive front has been god awful this year. It was encouraging though, especially with how bad it was in Seattle in that position.
He was a penalty guy at right tackle with Seattle. But reporters and people that I know up that were saying, listen, this kid's a good talent. I felt like he was going to be a better guard. But he really showed me that toughness and the athleticism to play right tackle. Listen, to me, guard, interior, and center way more difficult to play than outside because you are one-on-one. You know your assignment. It's mano-a-mano, as Steve Edwards, our friend of the show. We're going to have him back, Shane.
Yeah.
Big Steve. He was awesome.
Jay wants to know if I would get rid of Deion Sanders.
Oh my God.
I wouldn't. There's no if you're comparing Eddie Jackson to Deion Sanders, you're a crazy person, first off. But, I mean, Eddie Jackson's a safety. He's got to fucking tackle. That's part of the position.
And if you're not getting turnovers,
that is the truest statement.
Yeah, I don't know.
Safety has to tackle. Corner can lock down and be a piece of the puzzle on defense that you know he's not going to give you.
If you're comparing Deion Sanders to Eddie Jackson, I don't know what to tell you there.
Listen, if he's getting turnovers, we care a little bit less.
Right.
Except
you can't come up and fucking just chest bump. And that's what he's doing. He's giving him a quick bump and then he's trying to pull the ball.
Oh my
because he doesn't want to be physical. And he got sat down in Alabama for the same fucking thing. Saban sat him down, pulled him out, and sat him.
There's no accountability here.
Yeah.
That would change. I really believe it would change the dynamic if he started doing that. You can't go on the presser and talk that shit. We gotta be freaking.
Nerd alert!
Exactly. Fucking Matt Nagy. All right, come on. Hold this guy accountable.
I was just thinking, I'm like, dude, where's the 420? Where's the that's I love
playoffs.
We're getting them all in tonight. Look at this. Listen, Shane had to do that. Who's your bear up, Shane?
I'm going to stay on the offensive line. I don't think he played a perfect game, but I think he's found his home. Mustafer.
There you
I'm
go.
quickly becoming a Sam Mustafer fan. I think he's a guy that you have to, and unfortunately, the way that this team works, I mean, they drafted James Daniels to be a guard. To me, Cody Whitehair is looking better. I don't know what they're going to do, Phil. I mean, James Daniels was making his stride that he needed to make. And
without a doubt.
They found somebody in Mustafer. He's the one fucking guy on your offensive line that I know there was a big groundswell out there saying how, Darnell Mooney got punched in the face. Cap even brought it up. He didn't get punched in the face. Kevin King was swiping at the ball. They picked him up. He swiped at the ball. But guess who came over there, just like Cap said? Mustafer and Bars. Those two were trying to set the tone. Two undrafted guys on an offensive line were over there trying to set the tone and sticking up for their guy.
On a check down to David Montgomery, he's fighting. Who are the two guys, offensive linemen? Mustafer and Bars, and then a Fetty come. They all push forward. We haven't seen that. It's like it's taken a long time, but yeah, I liked Mustafer. It wasn't a perfect game. He had a couple snaps, but that's fine. The reality was his energy and his toughness. Listen, there's one play on there. I honestly, Shane, I don't know if you watched it. I don't know if they're coaching this. I don't know if that's Claudio's got the cars coming through. Cars easier. Is it me?
the air just
all right, mute because it's
the air came on. It's fucking
holy cow! It
fucking
sounds like
December.
traffic.
No, heat.
It sounds
The
like
heat,
traffic.
I was gonna say
The heat.
Is it that bad? Is it really that bad?
It's loud, yeah.
It sounded like traffic was coming. Maybe no one in the chat
No, I hear
hears
it.
You hear it?
But listen, Mustafa turns back to block someone who's already blocked, and I'm wondering if they're teaching this. Because if he goes up and gets 58, I'm telling you, David Montgomery's in the secondary again. What did he have, Montgomery? How many yards?
104?
Oh, he broke the 100-yard.
Yeah, he
103.
did.
103.
Claudio.
On what was it? It's 10 or 11 carries, right?
11.
Look at that. 11 carries. He's averaging 9 carries. But let's get Cordero Patterson in there for a couple more.
He busted that 58-yarder, and I was totally expecting him to be out the next.
Oh my God! I swear to God, I felt it too, Shane. I'm like, okay, take him out.
It was a perfect time to run the ball to Ryan Nall right there.
Yeah.
You get inside the 10, we think Nall is the guy we want with it.
Unbelievable. But yeah, Mustafa really did show up. You
So
gotta like
yeah,
it.
Sam Mustafa, you're my bear up this week.
Claudio.
You still hear it? Is it bad? Good. A little better now.
No, but
still
go
hear it?
ahead.
All right,
as
whatever.
long as you're
All right.
clear.
All right, listen. It's tough. These two guys. I really want to take two guys like you did, but I'll hopefully Cars will take one of them. But I'm gonna go with my boy Mooney. I mean, this dude. I got to.
He loves Mooney.
I love Mooney, dude. I mean, listen, the kid just comes to play every game as a rookie. He's just showing how to play with heart. And you know, we got all these other guys that we're talking about that aren't showing heart, and this dude every game is doing it. The one play I love, that diving catch he made was great. But then when he shimmied on his back to get out of bounds to stop the clock, that was just so, you know, smart, and you know, his head's in the game, and you know, it's just, I don't know, I'm just so impressed with this dude. I mean, A-Rob is obviously, he's a good receiver, but if A-Rob leaves, man, I got no problem having Mooney being our number one. I really don't. I think
give a fuck that he smokes weed. They all smoke weed.
Smoke weed every day.
Tell him,
yep, I'm gonna tell him.
You puff in that fucking room with that wing going, smoke's gonna go straight up, man.
I gave him a flag just like this one here. He hasn't
I
put
still
it up
can't
yet.
get it. No, because it's just
Get
not
rid
enough
of this.
space.
What is this thing?
That's vintage, bro. That's vintage right there.
God, please.
You know I like
the
vintage
flag
bears.
Up. Put the flag up. Been
So
dying.
Mooney's my bear up, man. This
Bear
guy
up.
brings it, and he's my bear up. So,
Nice.
Yeah.
Nerd alert!
Cars, where are you going here? Bear up. Some positivity to end this segment.
Oh, yeah, you're not getting that from me. My bear up is Tyler Bray for managing to work this entire shit situation into getting an actual game check and not a practice squad check last week. The only true winner of the Chicago Bears offense this week is Tyler Bray, and he is my bear up.
Nerd alert!
You got two of those. Three of them.
I can't believe nobody took Montgomery.
I know. I was leaving him for you guys.
I was gonna, and I thought Cars
Oh
was
my
leaving it
God.
for Cars.
Why would I take someone positive on an offense that only scored points once the game was over? No.
Well, yeah, but Montgomery from
Montgomery-
the start of the game was playing great.
If I had to go back, since you guys all dropped the ball, I would
Second
have
play
taken-
of the game, he went 50 yards.
I'm giving you shit, Claude.
Oh,
Come on.
okay,
They
I
get
got
to do what I do too.
I guess. All right.
I would have taken Montgomery.
Hands down,
Yeah,
he was the best player on the field for the Bears.
He deserves some props here in this moment,
Yeah.
since you're bringing him up.
Everybody, I mean, in the chat room,
this
everybody's
guy,
talking about
he was my number one back coming out of college in that draft. I look at the kid and the effort and the agility, the balance, the physicality, the effort alone. I just, did you think he had that extra gear? A lot of people didn't.
Yeah.
I saw him in there, and man, if he could have just
jumped the
house
ball
called
off
that.
to him so much more.
Oh my God, he's
so
so good.
He's
He's
so good.
He's a big, thick back
Yeah.
to be catching that ball. The one that he brings down to the goal line, Cars.
Yeah. Yep.
He jukes the shit out of the safety. Then the corner has the angle. He jukes him. Only one blocking is Ridley. It's like, oh my God. But those of you in the chat, I'm going to give you credit. HL Priest, I think, who else? Sergio Sosedo. Give him some. Give him some love.
I'm looking.
My girl, what was her name? What's her name? Where the heck is she? I saw her.
Thunder Girl.
Thunder Girl. I think she had him. Thank you. I think Chubbs had David Montgomery. Look at Chubbs, your boy.
That's the other reason I couldn't say it, because he actually had Mitch as his bear down. I could not match up with him on bear down and up. It would have ruined the world
I
as it is.
love Jamal Lewis. Resolute 8, 1, 2, 3. He's got it. Steve Tabin had Ridley. Bear up is Ridley. Look at that.
Good one.
I want to get you guys involved here. Where's Jackal? Where's he at? Cars is so creative. You're his bear up, I think.
It's about time.
I got to thank my boy Andrew Brown. I'm rocking his gear tonight. His wrestling. This guy's a wrestler. Check him out. Follow him. He's a patron, Shane. Andrew Brown. Great dude. I've been rocking his swag tonight. We have swag too. Heather, Chris, and Ace are working hard on it. We don't have the commercial because we didn't have enough room. But
Claude
over to the
fucked that
swag
up for
shop.
everybody.
Claudio fucked it all up because he's got
Wasn't even that
have
long.
these 3-minute things.
It's only a minute, I think. One of them.
Head over to the swag shop. Got some Tape Never Lies network gear. We're gonna have more. We're also Alex has dipped into the what are these things? Gators.
Yeah, neck gators.
I gotta get a phone one. I gotta get
phone
one of those
gator?
No, the phone. What is this? The protector case. I gotta get a phone case.
Yeah, I have
Tape
trouble
Never
with those
Lies.
crazy
Tape Never-
case words. Yep.
Anyway, we had a great episode of Bear Up, Bear Down. Montgomery's the total package, Michael Haw. As long as you're not David Haw. I took a couple shots at Haw with Cappy.
I'm sorry, the what? I'm just really confused right now.
I don't even know what is going on right now. Am I the only one that heard that, or?
I'm sorry, the what? I'm just really confused right now.
That
Right,
is
that's
amazing.
not the voices. That's good to know.
Heather giving David Kaplan her bear up. Our swag leader. Look at her. Heather Sandlin. You guys want swag? Go over there, grab it. Let us know what you think. If it sucks, I want to know because I'm going to rip into them. They're not doing their job. I got to hold everyone accountable, right? If you love it, that's what we want to hear. That's exactly what we want to hear.
Bullets wants to know what's the dumbest tweet of the week, Phil. We'll let you know when we get to that segment. Yeah.
We're going right into it,
We've
Claudia.
got 3 more hours to go. Just
No, we don't.
No, we don't.
I'm sorry, the what? I'm just really confused right now.
Where did this come from?
I don't know, but
I don't know. Claudio setting it up.
Got
that
it.
means,
I'm ready.
Listen, Shane does this every week. He goes out into the Twitter world. Hold on, Claudio. You're
No, I
jumping
tried
the
to
gun.
go all the way back.
Okay.
Dumbest tweets of the week.
There we go. Every week, Shane scours your tweets, the Twitter world. You guys share with them, and we come up with this segment called Dumbest Tweets of the Week here on Keepin' It 100. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. What the fuck is this thing I call that I put on my phone? Yeah.
He's the smartest man. He's a man amongst boys. He's never fell victim to his desires. Oh man, this Matt Nagy 2.0 offense needs a new name change. Let's call it the Dumpster Fire. He's the smartest man, and these are his dumbest tweets of the week. Claudio fading it out, learning a new technique.
Kid's getting lathered up. 5 weeks in the season left, and he's finally figured it out.
Shit's about to get real up in here.
All right, let's kick this off here. And there's only one dumb tweet this week, and this is from
really?
Yeah, this is from somebody really, really, really dumb, friend of the show, somebody that hates me, and I think he's equally
really? He's
a dumbass.
Friend of the show?
No, he probably thinks he listens every week so he can get content and make himself sound football smart. Eric Lambert is coming onto the show.
Oh my dear God!
Eric Lambert decided to write an entire article on.
Wait! Did he write it or did he steal?
Yeah, well, I don't know who he would steal this from, but he thinks that Jeff Fisher should take over the Bears and should be a target as team president.
Even Jeff Fisher in that picture is like, dude, no.
Yeah, Mr. 8-8 himself.
7-9. Thank you very much.
Oh God, Eric. I mean, I know you're a fucking moron playing a fraud on your little sports mockery thing. I know you're listening right now, but that's fine. I'll address it with you here live if you'd like to come on. We can chop it up a little bit, but dude, come on, Jeff Fisher. No, just no, dude. You can even be better than that. I'd rather hire this motherfucker than Jeff Fisher to lead our fucking
boys
culture.
and girls. This is Bozo.
Yeah, I'd hire Chubbs before I hired Jeff Fisher.
Would you hire Swanky or Jeff Fisher?
Swanky could be the janitor. Yeah, he wouldn't leave. Swanky wouldn't leave that other network.
Oh, come on, Swanky.
Yeah.
There it is.
There.
But anyways, yeah. So we're gonna throw that up there one more time because it is real. Eric Lambert, right there, the penis with ears. You can see in his profile photo. He is the dumbest tweet of the week. Jeff Fisher, I want nowhere near my fucking franchise. Absolutely not. Dumbest tweet of the week. Eric Lambert.
But Shane, if he brings Singletary to coach the linebackers, and Zorich
we
to
can
coach
get
the middle linebackers.
Oh my God, we're gonna restore the roar. We're gonna get the Bears.
I'm sorry, the what? I'm just really confused right now.
Yes, let's do it. We just need Singletary back. You know what? Make Ditka the team president. You know what's gonna bring us back is the Honey Bears cars. It's gonna do it.
Oh my God.
We need the Honey Bears back.
Honey Bear curse.
Yep.
There is a theory, Shane.
It's gonna be awesome. I
don't even trust the McCaskey to pick out the Honey Bears, let alone a GM or a coach.
Yeah.
So that's where we're going right now.
Yeah. So Eric Lambert, yeah, you're my dumbest tweet of the week. Sorry,
dumbest tweet. Now we don't end on a negative.
No, we do not.
Should I ask Lambert though to come on the show?
I would love to listen.
All right, listen.
I'll tell the backstory here. Who was the wide receiver that we signed from Pittsburgh?
It was
5 years ago. Yes, Marcus Wheaton.
Quill. Oh yeah, right.
Yeah. Ryan Pace decided to give him $6 million guaranteed to come here. And the day that the Bears signed him, I mean, Marcus Wheaton, he had some upside to him, but he was just a guy that didn't really love football. And Eric Lambert said that one of the main reasons, according to sources, that Marcus Wheaton came here was because the Bears had the Steelers on their schedule that year. I said, "Oh, Eric, I'm not sure about that. I think he probably came here for the $6 million, don't you?" And I mean, I know I can be a smart ass more so than anybody, but I literally said that to him. And Eric's response to me was, "Well, obviously you know nothing about sports and competition." And then he blocked me on Twitter, so whatever. But yeah, absolutely invite Eric on.
I will reach out.
I'm not sure he could handle it, but
Do you
I'd
think
love to
he'll
talk to him about
I
it.
wonder if he'll do it. Maybe he will.
Show him the segment. I'm sure.
Listen,
He
Mark
probably-
Grody was.
Well, Eric's. Come on, dude. Eric is the guy that went out and was sending fake tweets that he was at training camp when he was not at training camp. Do you remember that fiasco
Yes, I
here
do.
a couple of years ago?
I do vaguely.
So,
Listen,
yeah,
I'll
bring
bring
him on.
I'll bring on anybody.
I'll
bring on any
Yeah.
of these other bloggers that you guys think. I think it's fine to confront some of this. What's the guy I've been asking for? He didn't respond to you, Shane. PFF Brad.
Oh,
Is that his name?
yeah. I thought you were talking about Bukowski. Yeah, I never heard
No,
back from him.
Bukowski should have came on. He'd be able to talk some shit.
Yeah.
We got boat raced by the Packers. But yeah, I've asked PFF, anybody like you, Hendrick Crew.
Brad follows me. I'll
I've
send
been
him
dying
another
for
one.
the other Brad Biggs. Biggs got me so pissed off with that.
Yeah, that was
ridiculous.
I can reach out to Brad too. He follows me on Biggs follows me on Twitter. Supposedly he's not a real big fan of Draft Dr. Phil. That's what that's what the word is.
He wanted to. Apparently, I was right in his face.
People don't like Phil on the internet? Oh, man. Who knew?
Yeah.
No, he didn't like me in person. He thought someone looked like me, apparently, at the Senior Bowl.
Yeah,
as Lauren
down in
Cox
Mobile,
told
yeah.
me. And he was holding like this grudge and said, "You talk this." Now, I will be the first to admit.
I think he called you Draft Dr. Dum Dum.
Oh, that hurt me deep. But let me just say this. I did act like a fool once to him. Like making stupid shots at his weight and shit like that. I'm better than that. I was stupid. I'll be the first one to admit that to him. But it came from frustration of his football takes. And then I saw Ryan Cox, who was on.
Yeah, that was.
And he's saying that a football president, someone isn't going to change. Ernie Accords, he didn't. It's everything the opposite of what Cap and everybody on this network stands for.
Well, the thing about it is, I mean, to Big's point, listen, you can bring in a football czar. You still have to fucking draft the correct people. So he's right in saying that. You still have to spend the money wisely. You still have to make trades and transactions. But that help. But where his theory totally falls apart is he's trying to compare it to the Cubs and the Blackhawks and the Bulls and all of this, but it hasn't fucking worked, Brad.
It never.
It hasn't worked. So why wouldn't you try to change it up? I mean, this will get us into our tweets of the week because it's a perfect segue to that. But you can't just stand pat and think that things are going to change by making one change. One change hasn't worked here. Two changes hasn't worked here. It's got to be wholesale changes. I'm not just talking personnel and on the 53 and on the 90-man offseason roster. We know what we're talking about. We're talking about coaching staff, GMs, the scouts, the fucking team president, everything. Just like Cap said, everybody would love Peyton. Can you imagine the excitement that would come with this Chicago Bears franchise if Peyton Manning decided to come here and run football operations as the team president? I mean, it's a pipe dream. Yes, you're going to have to not only pay him, you're going to have to, I would say you're going to have to give up percentages of ownership. Yeah, 100%. But to me, I mean, hey, you
got to do something.
He wants to buy a team too, so
yeah.
Listen, it doesn't even have to be Peyton Manning. You got to find that type of person that's football first, that's going to earmark. I think why I loved the interview with Cap was because he was speaking the truth, but the Ballard thing, I think, is the biggest undressing of this franchise. Ballard says, this is what needs to be done. George says goodbye.
Yeah, Cap said.
Cap confirmed.
Literally, the meeting was ended.
Ended.
Because of that.
Yeah.
Ballard said, Ted is nowhere around me, nowhere near anything here. He's reassigned, and the Black Cloud, Jay Cutler, gone. And George's like, okay, see ya.
I mean, it's interesting, right? Because Emery worked out because he knew the skeletons and was okay with them. And Ballard, who's by far the better guy, we pass him over, and because he doesn't want the skeletons to stick around. Like, you have to build the team the right way, and we always want to take shortcuts, and it's
exactly
killing us. Sorry.
Playoffs?
Oh.
All right. Let's go to some positive tweets, Shane.
Let's do it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Look at, is Claudio frozen over there? Oh, there he is. He finally moved. Threw me off there a little bit. I'm like, man, the dude's not
his eyes
breathing.
are very thin.
Yeah, are they?
He's high as hell.
Yeah, he is. Claudio's fucking high. Yeah.
No, I always look. I don't know what he wants.
So you're always high. All right.
He's the smartest man. He didn't fuck up and open because he ain't Phil or Claudio. The only thing worse is when StreamYard fucks up your video or your audio. He's the smartest man. And this and these are his best tweets of the week. Look at that. Look at this.
Let's get right into it.
Oh.
All right. Big Bud Dupree sends out the tweet.
This tweet. Someone sent this to me.
Yeah, nobody give a damn about PFF every Sunday. A grown-ass man got to line up and get hit in the face when they play us. Ask our opponents, not a computer geek. Well, this is the
I love
PFF. Just listen. You know that they want to rile up fan bases, and I understand. Hey, people can love their content. I'm sure there's a use for it someplace somehow. That's fine. But come on, you're going out of your way when you're calling the Pittsburgh Steelers the most overrated team in the NFL. You're doing it for a purpose.
Oh my God.
You're just doing it to rile everybody up because they're undefeated. Hey, I wish my team was overrated and undefeated this late in the season.
Yeah, I would take 9-0 overrated better than 0-9, and these guys just don't get the respect that they deserve.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But that's that's what they do. You saw oh Jesus, I'm blanking on his name. The guy with Al Michaels, the PFF guy, Collinsworth. Yeah, he stepped in a little bit of a pile of dog shit with his talking about the women from Pittsburgh that were knowledgeable about football. So he was praising them and pretty much shit on pretty much all other females that watch football, but. Yeah, I mean, come on, listen. Just go out there and be fucking honest and talk about it. I can never buy into this bullshit of we're gonna say shit just to create reaction. And I mean, it's just like the shit that Lambert does. Rumor, George McCaskey's upset. Well, yeah, we know he's upset. We know he's pissed. Don't act like a fucking fake insider but people eat it up, and people eat up everything that PFF says. And I was glad that Bud Dupree sent that out, putting him on Front Street a little bit. The biggest thing that helped out Bud Dupree is that they went out there and won again on Wednesday, because if they would have come out and laid flat and lost it, that would have helped PFF's.
Did Bud Dupree get hurt?
Yeah, he's out for the season.
Towards the ACL.
Yep. Yeah. But he actually sent that out before he got hurt. So all the little PFF nerds were probably jerking each other off when that happened, but they just won't admit it.
Those fucking nerds.
Yeah,
Sorry, Cars. You're not in that clique.
So here's another one.
I get it.
I'm going to give this next one a tweet of the week just because it's amazingly short-sighted by a player on the Chicago Bears. This immediately came out from Anthony Miller after the game the other night. This shit is embarrassing. Yeah, I totally agree, Anthony. It is embarrassing. This fan base understands it, but you can't go out there and make it more embarrassing by liking tweets where people are saying, "Oh, you would be great in New England. You would be great in Tampa. You need to come here. You know, Chicago is the place where wide receivers go to die." And then you're doing that shit. That's cringeworthy because you're not fucking producing on the field. I understand the Bears quarterbacks are in chaos and the offensive line is in chaos, but when you have a chance to make your fucking play, you better damn well fucking make it. Just like Allen Robinson. Was it a perfect ball on the 50-50 ball? No. Do we see that fucking play made in college football every week? Yes. We see it in college football. We see it in the NFL. This is the one thing that I hate about being a Chicago Bears fan. I watch all the games. I watch college football games, watch every NFL game running back, and I watch these other teams, and I'm like, it looks night and day to me on offense. It just looks completely different. It doesn't matter if it's Phil and I talked about it. Mike Glennon was out making fucking plays downfield.
Yep.
For a shitty Jacksonville team.
Yep.
You didn't ever see that here. No. Ever. So it's not really a tweet of the week, but I mean, you just have to have a little bit of fucking forward thinking, Anthony. If you're going to tweet that shit out, don't be a dumbass and make it fucking worse by the shit that you do 24 hours later. And then you want to fucking send even dumber things out saying, vote for me for the Pro Bowl. Get the fuck out of here. Vote for you for the Pro Bowl. Same with Allen Robinson. No, you're not getting my fucking vote. Sorry.
Yeah, we keep it 100 here. I think the level of disappointment and selfishness and arrogance doesn't match up with performance. It's exactly that, Mo Bierman. Immaturity reigning supreme. And unfortunately, that's the job of the head coach to step in there. I totally agree with what Cap said. Cars, you weren't there. Once you see those tweets and you see the information that they're putting gas on the flames of the fans. There's fans out there that eat that shit up and don't know any better. Like, yeah, fuck the Bears. Now that you've lost fans. There's people that don't even want to talk about the Bears. For me, this is therapeutic with great people, great analysis, but some people, they're done. They're disgusted by it, and I get it. And you as a head coach have to lay the hammer down. Javon Wims, he should be cut. Goodbye. Get the fuck off the team. You're liking that shit? You were in my office the next day. I totally agree with Cap. Send the fucking message. You haven't sent one message to anybody.
Should have been cut after that. He punched it.
Absolutely.
Well, we all said that, but you kept him. But now you doubled down. You should be the silence of the lambs with that motherfucker.
We talked about it, and that's what's the one thing with being a Chicago Bears fan is that you get so conditioned to losing and so conditioned to being less than average all the time, you get excited about, I love Darnell Mooney, Claude's boy, love him, but it's true, we have people around here talking about like his rookie season is fucking this breakout season. Get the fuck, no, it's not. Put your standards have to be a little bit higher. It's so sad because we're just not. They don't know what real fucking winning football is. We don't because we're deprived of it, and it's sad. We deserve better, and that's why you love to see a guy like Cap come on. Sylvie's promoting it just as much. That it's got to be wholesale changes, and it does. That's the only way that it's going to change. If Ted Phillips, I love Ross Reed. Ross Reed sent out a tweet today saying he laughs and doesn't understand why people are so fired up with Ted Phillips because he's part of the fucking problem. You can't sit here and say that Ted Phillips isn't making football decisions, and then when you have the Bears 100 celebration, this motherfucker's sitting on stage. talking about the Bears.
He's all involved.
The optics are all fucked up. He's part of it. He's hiring, part of the hiring process.
Why did Ballard say that?
Exactly.
Fucking everything else. Fuck the story of Adam Johns on the plane with Ted Phillips. He's involved in the fucking hiring. He came up with the idea of Ernie Accorsi coming in here. And I can tell you right now, football roots, Accorsi is a piece of shit, and he's a fucking phony. I'll bring his ass on and confront him. I don't give a fuck how long you've been in the league. That means nothing to me. What have you done? You've destroyed this franchise. Ryan Pace. Who's Ryan Pace before Ryan Pace is the GM? Nobody knows him. So, hey, Phil, who do you think the Bears should hire for GM? I fucking don't. I have my thoughts, but there could be a guy like Mark Sadowski. He's been in there forever scouting the Bears for the Bears. He's done some great things.
Yeah, he could be. He very well could be your Ballard. We do not know.
Exactly.
He's been there. He knows. And if he comes in and they, that could be the shining beacon, like they like to say. That could be the guy that knows the inner workings of Hallis Hall, that hopefully would have enough fortitude to go to George and say, you made the mistake already with Ballard. You didn't want to deal with what he was bringing to the table because Ted needs to be fucking retire. Jesus, why even reassign him? Just let him go off.
Cheated on his wife with the fucking secretary. He married the secretary. It's out there now. I could share. He's terrible. He's Millhouse.
We are 168 and 179 in the career of Ted Phillips being president.
Don't go too far into that, Cars, because here we go. My tweets of the week.
Oh, boy.
It's going to be, look at this guy. Cars is getting my tweet of the week. But this is...
I got to put my glasses on.
I know.
Why is it
this
so
one's
small?
killing me. But McKenna and Ryan own... McCaskey owned 20% of the Bears. McKenna is 91 years old.
Wow.
Ryan is 93. But your board is the McCaskies and who else? Ted Phillips.
The same guy.
Yeah, so you have a bunch of these elder statesmen that are there.
God. And you guys think I joke when I say it's the old.
And then you wonder why this $1 billion franchise is run like a mom and pop shop. You want those TVs from 1993 are fine. They're in color. Leave them up there. You know what I mean? That shit matters.
Who wants buttered popcorn?
Yeah, Jesus. So, but we got to double down here and put another small Cars tweet up here too, because he expanded it. This is the ownership group that presides over the last 21 years. The Dave McGinnis fiasco, used a committee to find Jerry Angelo, hired him. Wouldn't let him change the coach, hired Emery because he knew the team, saddled him with a coach, chose Tressman over Arians, used Ernie Accorsi, a guy that was last at GM in 2006.
The worst.
To unearth their GM, refused to go to Ballard because he wanted wholesale organizational changes they wouldn't make, hired Ryan Pace, and forced a head coach on him. What a record. 168, 179, and 3 playoff victories. That, Ross Reed, I totally respect you, Ross. That right there is why. Yeah, he's been on.
I told him I wanted to bring him.
I'm sorry. The what?
What is that? What is that from?
That doesn't matter, Claude. We'll tell you later.
It's hilarious.
We'll keep you posted.
All right, keep me posted.
In post.
Shut up, Claude.
So yeah, we won every 7 years. We win a playoff game,
and we all light the fires, and we're like going to the fucking Super Bowl. All we need's a kicker. And then here we are.
Can we get George McCaskey on the Tape Never Lies network?
I tell you what, it would be a great fucking interview, and he would. But this is when you need to be uncomfortable. This is when you need to. We're the consumer.
Yes.
You should want to talk to people like
you
us.
have a job. You got a job to do.
It'll never happen, but
100 crew. We gotta get this fucking Shelton shit done, bro.
Yeah.
This is ridiculous. This kid Shelton, what's his first name? Trent Shelton, holding us hostage to go live on our YouTube channel is.
Yeah, and they refuse to respond.
It's a fucking
legal team refuses to respond.
It's a joke. It's an absolute travesty. Don't preach the Bible and not be forgiving. Don't do that. That is the biggest hypocritical thing. Keeping it 100. I'm keeping it 100. We used your words, Trent. And we titled you just like you see draft. These are my words. Okay? If I produce something, because they fit, they resonated with us, and we preached the positivity of loyalty and brotherhood. I'm asking you, the fan, and you, Trent, and your team of legal people that are ghosting us to just remove the copyright. We took down the video. We appreciated the message. Isn't that what the message is for? To share and teach and loyalty and brotherhood and Christianity and the culture of people, forgiveness. Come on. Time is getting ridiculous. Shane and I have done everything to get rid of this fucking
it's like a full-time fucking
situation
job. Tell you
with
that.
YouTube. Because we know how many of you want to watch on our YouTube channel. We can't go live there because Trent Shelton and his company put a copyright claim, and I guess YouTube suspends us for 90 days to go live there. We can upload the show. We can upload the videos there.
But that's the problem. The 90 days isn't even. That's
February.
Pretty much. But that's pretty much a fallacy too, because there's people that are 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 months in with one, and it's a one time
strike. Last time I checked, 3 strikes you're out. 1 strike, we didn't even realize.
Hector, yes. Trent Shelton, that's exactly who we're talking about.
Yeah, I've texted him. I've emailed them.
So have I. His legal team, and they refused.
DM'd him on Instagram.
There's other people on YouTube that have done the same things, because
I got a lot of his fan. I got to talk about it on Keeping It 100.
Yeah, a lot of his inspirational videos spoke to the one in particular spoke to Phil and I about the situation where we were coming from, where we were headed. So we played his video, gave him credit across the screen for the 2 minutes and 18 seconds that it played, and that was our very first show, and we just got clipped with it. It's been 3 weeks, I guess, now at this point. But like I said, I have they don't have to work with us to resolve. YouTube said if we can get a resolution with them, that's the quickest way back. They don't have to. I'm not even saying that they have to work with us. Right. We were the ones that were in the wrong because we admitted it to them. But the thing about it is, you need to have the fucking common goddamn decency to just say fucking no, to respond in a professional manner, like we have sent to him repeatedly and to his representatives, and not one of them, and this is what they're known for, they're ghosting everybody. They're doing this and then bouncing, but then that makes your words that you're preaching every week meaningless.
Exactly, about compassion and brotherhood. We used your words because they resonated. They spoke to us and about a problem that we were dealing with disloyal, shitty people that were completely terrible to me and Shane in complete truth. Just blindsided, and that's that. And I'll save the rest for another show. But it spoke about loyalty and about friendship and brotherhood and who you should surround yourself with. And it sent the message. Instead of me sitting up there ranting, Shane's like, let's use this. Look at this. And we did. And I guess we didn't handle it the right way. I thought if you put the person that did it and we chopped I think it was a 5-minute video. I chopped it down to 2 minutes and kept the stuff in there. But anyway, just had to get that off my chest tonight because it's just driving me and Shane nuts that we can't be back on there.
Let's not. I don't even want to give him any more time on our fucking show. But that's wraps up the tweets. Cars, those were great. I wanted to give you a little bit of love there for sure. But exactly.
Cars always puts out good content. Everybody's got to check him out.
But we're over 3 hours in here, and we have a ways to go.
We got a couple to go. Let's go.
Yeah.
What do we got? Cut it out next.
The best
let's
segment of the show. Yeah.
Is it?
It's what
All right.
everybody comes to see.
Listen,
do it.
if you're not a fan of Claudio, I don't know what rock you're living under. Every week we go through this Claudio's Cut It Out segment with you guys. All of these people are patrons, by the way, I believe. Hey, cut it out. What are you talking about?
Yeah, you must have been at the top of your fucking class.
It's Claudio the Barber.
Cut it out. Cut it out. Cut it out. Just cut it out.
Cut it out. Cut it out. Cut it out.
Cut it out.
Cut it out.
Cut it out.
Cut it out.
Cut it out. Cut it out.
Cut it out.
Cut it out.
Cut it out.
Cut it out.
Cut it out.
Cut it out. Man, cut that shit out. Cut it out. Cut it out.
It's Cut It Out with Claudio the Barber. Hey, you gotta let me talk, Phil. Hey, you gotta let me speak. Claudio is gonna be bringing a new sense to Keeping It 100. It's Cut It Out with Claudio on the Tape Never Lies Network. Oh,
Yes, there it is.
There they
Got
are.
the scissors. It's official.
It's
scissors.
It's an obvious. He didn't forget to He didn't forget to.
No, unmute is when you play the video.
Oh, okay. So you ready? Let's roll right into this. Yeah,
let's do it.
Shane and Claudio.
Be sure and talk over top of these illegal clips that you're making me play as we're in Twitter jail.
Trent Shelton, cut it out. There you go.
All right.
So here we go.
By the helmet. Actually got him. Yep.
All right. Once again, cut it out, refs, with these calls. So this is a roughing the passer, right? But this is not fucking roughing the passer. This is the dude is getting abused twice in front of you. Like, dude, Phil, call DCF. This dude's getting fucking abused. Listen, refs, this is for real. Players get fined for making bad plays, right? Making mistakes. Refs should be getting fined for doing numerous bad calls like this, where people can get hurt. It's ridiculous. So
I don't know
cut
how
it
they
out.
missed. I don't know how they missed that call.
It's ridiculous.
They're usually they don't usually mess with face masks at all, and there was two major
Not one.
If that was Aaron Rodgers getting face masks, like that dude would be in handcuffs for assault, getting arrested.
Double face mask.
Be suspended for the rest of the season.
Yeah, I mean,
such an egregious use of violence in the football game.
Yeah.
The
All right,
discount double face mask.
There we go.
Here we go.
I love it.
There's-
Cut it
we
out,
got, we
Claudia.
got two cut it outs this week.
Is
So
this
here
the
we go.
long one?
This is the long one. This is the one that we had.
Yeah, go ahead.
We had to delete everything for, so it better be good, Claude.
Better.
It's gonna be as good as I can make it. Let's put it.
He's
that way.
been working all week on this one, so here we go. Let's roll it. Oh,
So
pull the
predictable.
okie
You're
doke.
All right, let's listen to Trubisky here. This is his pep talk before the game. Right, and that's Leno right here. Watch Leno with the helmet. Watch, you'll see Leno right here. So cut it out, Trubisky, with your fake pep talk. There's Leno. So listen, Leno, did you listen? Where's your heart? You're like fucking, dude. Cut it out. That's not effort. That's not heart right there. I mean, listen. You heard a Humpty Dumpty, right? Listen, you got Humpty fucking Leno here. Sat on a wall, took a great fall. Humpty fucking Dumpty. Leno is the new Humpty Dumpty right there. Cut it out, Leno. You suck. That's my nickname now. That's my new nickname. And our defense, of course, did not come to play with heart either. So cut it out with these missed tackles, guys. You better fucking bring it against the Lions.
There it is.
There it is,
Oh,
Phil.
my God.
Cut it out. Guys, bring the fucking heart. And look, Pace shaking his head. Pace is like, dude, really? I'm going to get fired because of this shit?
I need that video for my song, by the way.
There you go.
There's a shaking.
I will. Every week, I want Claudio to do Humpty Dumpty.
I think that's a great. Nickname. I think that's a great nickname. I don't know.
Humpty
Phil
Dumpty
comes up with all
had
the
a great fall, right?
Yeah, Humpty
He
Dumpty
did.
sat on
That
the
was
wall.
a great fall. I didn't even know you had these clips in there. You took 2 of my talking points tonight and you put them to video.
See?
I know. See that?
Look at that. Eddie Jackson. That was pathetic.
I know other guys that take your ideas and put them on video too. It's pretty funny how that works out that way.
I'm sorry. The what? I'm just really confused right now.
It just makes it laugh every time.
That's my favorite.
Oh my God.
That's my favorite.
That's great.
Oh my God.
We need a laugh after that fucking game. We need a laugh.
Yeah, we sure do.
Well, we've done it all, but not our new segment. And I have a new open I produced here. An original song, Shane, for our girl, Cherie.
You want me to hit it?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, here we go. This is for you, Cherie.
I mean, if I'm going to root for a team, I want to give it all I got.
Next play. Pass. 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 Pass.
There was no rhyme or reason.
Drove down the field. Mr. Montgomery breaks a huge run. If he scores on the run, you don't got to worry. But you do got to worry because he gets tackled at the freaking 15.
There was no rhyme or
Next play. Jaka.
The tape never lies.
Bold prediction. What's your prediction?
What's your prediction?
The old line is playing shitty. What's the skinny? No identity. If Nagy can't find it, Bears will keep it with the enemy. Red zone opportunity. Once again, they gotta settle for 3. The reality of coaching when the defense has to carry the team. Prediction. What you think would happen versus what does. A light year from the Super Bowl and now we're losing buzz. Nagy has no answers, just predictions that don't change. The segment is the truth. Give it by the guys and feeling shame. What's your prediction? That bold prediction.
The tape never lies. Never does.
What's your prediction?
There you go. The bold prediction segment, Claude. You're shaking your head. You liked it.
No, yeah, I liked it, of course. And I was looking at some of the comments here. I like some of the comments
There you
too.
go.
But yeah, that was a good
Hey,
song.
I'm all about having an
Always.
open for a segment at the end of a 4-hour show to extend it even longer. I'm fucking stoked.
It's not 4 hours yet. We still got
Shut up,
38
Claude.
minutes.
Don't worry, I've still got my rant at the end of the show. It's gonna be like a
Listen.
Jimi Hendrix guitar solo when he's done the extra acid and he's really feeling it. Then we'll go.
You love the Tape Never Lies Network. I'm spitting bars. Jeff Burton. Jeff Burton's been great tonight.
He's got a
been
Colt
involved.
45 at his
He's
side.
not been that good. No,
Yes, he
he's been
has.
no, he's been extremely terrible, Phil.
Has he?
Oh,
Is he
yeah.
a friend of yours or something?
No, I just wanted to get shit.
Oh, all right.
It's fine.
I liked the video end with all of us in the cartoon. I gotta include my boy Cars. He was feeling lonely. But anyway, bold predictions, guys. You want me to go first?
Sure. I already know what yours is.
Do you?
You told me today.
Did I?
Unless you're changing it.
I don't even remember what I told you. Cherie liked the song. That's all that matters to me. Heather liked the song. Hawaii. Straight from Hawaii. Lauren.
Heather
Yashimura.
Sandlin loves bald guys, right?
Yeah.
Cap. Sandman.
Hopefully she doesn't like Nagy.
Oh, that's true.
I don't know,
Bold
he is
prediction.
roguishly handsome.
I honestly, this isn't wishful thinking. I just don't know what team is going to show up. And the Detroit Lions are dangerous because they have nothing to lose. And no, the Bears got boat raced last week versus their rival. For me, this is at home. How is this team going to answer? I don't know. I don't have any answers here. I think the Detroit Lions are going to come to Chicago and lay one on the Bears 24-17 here.
Ouch.
By Matthew Stafford and company. Just the Chicago Bears culture and everything that's going on. After watching that tape, Cars, I've never seen it so low. I can't even predict the Chicago Bears because I see the drama in the social media with the receivers. I see Khalil Max reaching out. Mitch Trubisky had a bad game. He's calling out the coaches before the game. There's all this soap opera that's trying to be held, and then the finale, the exclamation is the coach being fake. As Cap said, as I said, it was rehearsed. Somebody told him to say it's just not him. It's like, so the be you thing went by the wayside once you decided to not be you. So 24-17 Detroit. I hope I'm wrong, but I just have no confidence in the Chicago Bears right now. Shane Marsaw.
Well, this is where the Bears drive me crazy because
I knew where you're going there.
Yeah. This is well, Cap's got me going down this fucking road now and has me worried because this is excuse me, this could be the get right game.
Oh no.
For the Bears against the Detroit Lions, who they, have something over. I'm not sure I believe in Detroit coming here against Chicago in Soldier Field. I think the defense was embarrassed. I think that they're going to come out and they're going to be fired up. I think you're going to see Stafford throw a couple of picks, maybe even a defensive score. But the Bears are going to win a game and fight for this staff and front office when... I listen, I want them to win. I understand that, but for the greater good, if they finish 8-8 and they keep the staff because of it, that's a net loss for me looking now because I don't want Ryan Pace picking the next quarterback. I don't want Matt Nagy a part of picking the next quarterback. And if they are, that's extending their window even more than likely. Because we've been
right now, that move is picking up Sam Darnold and drafting an offensive lineman. That's 100% what they.
I hear you. We've talked about it here.
Carson Wentz and an offensive tackle.
It's good.
We need another quarterback with no confidence. That's a great move for us.
But that's what they'll do. That's what they'll do. And I totally agree. And listen, I'm not a guy that likes to sit here and the tank. I'm not a tank philosophy guy. I mean, if we're at the end of the season and you have 3 wins and you can secure the number 1 pick in the draft by losing, I get it.
Yeah,
I get it. You're 5-6 here, in that you have Jacksonville coming up against Detroit, and those are the meaningless wins right now that this Bears team will go out and they'll play like they should play. And they'll win.
I think
it's the empty calorie victory that
exactly.
has been the staple of the last decade. Yeah, the tab. Yes. Yeah. I don't want a real soda. I want a tab. Give me an RC cola and we'll go. Yeah.
Fucking tab.
Yep. But like I said, I'm not a tank guy, but I think that the Bears are going to go out there. This is going to be a fake get right game for them. And I will pick Chicago 19, Detroit 13.
Oh, okay. We almost lost to Detroit, remember?
Oh, I know.
If the dude didn't drop that ball. He
Yeah.
drove right down the field. Swift.
DeAndre Swift.
Who's now playing very well as compared to where he was then, too.
Darrell Bevell was interviewed for the head coaching job, so he'll be motivated, too, against the Bears. Honestly, I think there's so much soap opera going on, but I don't want to sway anybody. I'm opposite of Shane here. Claudio, we'll go with you, buddy.
So are we doing bold predictions, too? Like what Don't we also do that?
Nah.
No, we're
What
not
are you
doing none of that
predicting for
anymore.
I did, dude. I said we're gonna get fucking 19 points. What the fuck more do you want?
Well, I'm gonna go. Listen, I'm gonna side with Shane because I do think the defense after that performance is gonna come out. I do. I think they're gonna come out and they're gonna. I was gonna say my bold prediction. They're gonna score 1 defensive touchdown. I was gonna say 2, but we'll just say those.
Who's it gonna be?
Who's it gonna be?
Oh,
Exactly.
shit.
Dun dun dun.
You know what?
It can't be Mooney.
I want it to.
Be
I want
Mooney.
No, it can't be Mooney.
He's gonna pick up a fumble from the sideline.
He's gonna returner for some reason.
Mooney's gonna have a touchdown.
No, I mean I was. You know what? Fuck it. Jalen Johnson gets a pick and makes up for it too.
Finally.
Everybody's making up for it.
So you're gonna start flexing before he crosses the goal line.
He's gonna be one of those motherfuckers that fumbles it before the fucking.
We've seen that as Bears fans too. Unfortunately,
Who was that?
End zone.
Who was
It was
that
the
dude?
corner.
From the Chiefs. Remember?
It
We
was
blocked the field goal.
Against
It was against Pittsburgh.
Against
Yep.
Pittsburgh. We ended up having to go into overtime that game, right?
And we paid that guy good money in the offseason.
Oh
I
my
can't remember
god.
who it
Someone in
was.
the chat, give us that dude's name.
That was the Tariq Cohen walk-off game, and then they called it back, right?
Oh, he
On the
never
sideline.
stepped out of bounds. Then Jordan Howard walked off.
Yep.
Oh, I missed
In
Jordan.
OT.
I missed Jordan.
So yeah, so
All
I mean,
right.
I think the defense.
What do
will
you
show up,
got?
And I
What's
think,
the
and
score?
I think, yeah, I think that Montgomery they're gonna hopefully give him the ball more. So I'm gonna go 24-10.
Marcus
24-10.
Cooper.
Marcus Cooper.
Thank
It
you.
was
Great
he
job,
came from
Connor.
Arizona.
And that's right,
Connor.
the Cardinals.
Yeah.
If you want to come on the show, Bears Hour Live, Connor.
Not this
getting
week.
that right.
We
Not
already
this
have
week.
3 fucking people.
Yeah, next week's show. Well, you're saying they're going to win, so it'll be a happy show occasion. My dad will be here. There you go. Anyway, Claudio,
Yes.
great job. I got to give a bold prediction. I will say Khalil Mack has a strip sack, a sack. So we'll have 2 sacks and a strip sack.
Dan Aguirre's going to kick his cat.
So there's my bold prediction to make up for my non-bold prediction. Sorry, Cherie. Yes, the swag shop is open. Get over there. What are you doing? Get some swag. Get some TTNL. Let me
There's
know.
the
I saw
link
my
on the
boy
bottom.
Sabri. How do you say his name? He was keeping a 100 sweatshirt. That shit looked tough. I want one of those. Did you see it, Shane, on Facebook?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Connor
He said he turned in his.
Yeah, Connor. I forgot I talked to Connor. He wants to come. He's locked in for 12:20.
Listen, I got some breaking news for next week's Keeping It 100. Let me just do that before our boy Cars gives his bold prediction and
Breaking news. The tape never lies. Network breaking news.
Oh yeah, breaking news here. Next week, Wednesday, we will be back. That's number 1. And we're going to have former Bear cornerback, one of my favorite Bears under the radar, Lemuel Stinson, is going to join us. Remember Lemuel, number 32, the corner.
There's some names that stick out, and that's always one of them.
Oh my God, I loved Lemuel. I'm gonna tell him why he on a show Shane and I did, and if you have one, I don't know if we're gonna do it tonight because it's late, but your favorite obscure Bear all time, Lemuel Stinson, was mine. I just love this guy. I love the way he played, and undrafted out of Texas Tech, or he might have been a pick at that time. They went like 11 rounds. There he is. Lemuel Stinson will be on with us next week talking Bears. If anybody knows about the Bears and the organization, he's going to give us a nice analysis. He's coming out of retirement, so yeah, Lemuel Stinson will be joining us next week on Keeping It 100. It's going to be hard for Lemuel to top Cap, man. Olin Kreutz, Zach Miller, Lemuel Stinson, Steve Edwards. We've had a great cast. I'm going to put them all up after Cars gives his review. What do you got, Cars, your prediction?
So this is the Detroit Lions Super Bowl. We always need to remember that, right? Because they own the Bears. So they get the one game, get rid of Matt Patricia bump for me. You can't underrate just how happy that team is going to be that guy is no longer their head coach. Usually you catch a team after firing a coach playing better for a game until they realize they suck, and that's why their coach was fired. But I can't pick the Bears in good conscience right now. They don't lead, they don't score, they don't execute. They don't do anything except piss me the hell off. So until that changes, I've got Detroit 27, the Bears 10.
Oof.
Wow.
You got to fire people Sunday night if that happens.
That's what I'm...
Right?
That's kind of where I'm leading with Cards. If they lose to Detroit, heads have to roll. And that's... I really believe, Cards, you could be on to it. I said 24-17.
You think heads have to roll, but do you think heads will roll?
I think if they got boat raced like that at home against Detroit, I think that Ginny might fucking put the fucking hammer down.
It's never happened. They have never fired a coach in season.
I think this will be the first time.
She didn't look fucking happy.
Ryan Pace was shaking his head.
Yeah.
Someone, do you have that video
but that was
clear, Shane?
Yeah, I put that clip up there. He was shaking his head, but that was actually after we scored a touchdown.
Yeah.
So it wasn't.
Well, it was like
It's like that was a fucking.
But it was
late touchdown.
I think it was one of those things that he was just like, everything's a fucking struggle with this team, and you guys know how it is. We all see it. Nothing. You knew goddamn well, watching that fucking long run by David Montgomery, that it was almost a losing proposition that we were going to score a touchdown. You know how it is. The Bears are a team that can go down to the fucking goal line and have fucking 1st and goal from the 1, and you know they're going to get the fucking 3rd down, if not 4th down. And that's who they are.
The way they didn't score is almost worse.
I know.
It's like, oh my God, the rookie 2nd round pick. He's got.
I don't know what the fuck Komet was.
Oh.
It's just.
It wasn't a great throw. It was
No. I understand, Phil. But at the same fucking time, if we're gonna call out Anthony Miller for having, when you get your fucking chance, you have to.
I totally agree.
Dude made Cap $9,000 in fucking Carolina. You believe it? He won $9,000 off fucking Komet's touchdown in Carolina.
Cap, man, Golden Cup putter.
Yeah.
Now $9,000 off Komet.
What stories? See what his odds are for this game.
Yeah, Claudio.
Have to put a bet on it.
You and Tate with the bets. So there you go. Our bold predictions. Claudio, we always end the show with our Spencer Strong shout out segment. But before we do that, I told you about Lemuel Stinson. I just want to remind you about this network. Obviously, this show every week will become a podcast. And you can hear the podcast every time on Keepin It 100.
Keepin It 100 can be found on all podcast streaming apps: iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, Overcast, Castbox, Deezer, and finally, officially on Google Music and Podcasts. It's Keepin It 100 with Phil and Shane.
We're also on Amazon Prime. Look at that. And Bleacher Report has picked up Keepin It 100. Listen, we're everywhere. You can listen, you can watch. Obviously, Trent Shelton won't let us go live on YouTube, but we're here. Shane, to his credit, stays up, uploads the show for you loyal fans that can't be live. Not everybody could be live with us watching. I get it. But if you aren't, you're missing out on really everything we've ever had here on this show. And the last thing before we go to shout outs is this. Just a reminder of what a great guest Cap was.
I'm telling you, this game of football is determined by determination, pride, the love of the game.
The Tape Never Lies Network, home of the greatest Chicago Bears fans on earth.
Hey, what's going on? It's Mark Grody, Chicago Bears sideline reporter, and you are listening to Shane and Phil on the Tape Never Lies Network.
Hey guys, it's your boy, the Superback Sean Sierra from Sports Zone Chicago, and I'm listening to my guys on the Tape Never Lies Network.
On
JJ Stankovitz, and I'm keeping it 100 on the Tape Never Lies Network.
This is Brett Maley of History Channel's Pawn Stars, and you're listening to my favorite Bears fans, Shane, Phil, and Claudio. They're keeping it real on the Tape Never Lies Network.
Well, this is Lawrence Funk from Funk's Barbershop, Chicago barbershop and barber to the Chicago Bears. I'm here with my boy Phil. Claudio.
Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs. You kidding me?
I'm so excited for this, and I'll tell you what, after the game, I'm going to be on with my guys, Phil and Shane, from the Tape Never Lies Network.
Yo, this is Big Steve Edwards, former Chicago Bear, offensive guard, offensive tackle. You're listening to my boys, Shane and Phil, on the Tape Never Lies Network. They're always keeping it 100.
This is Olin Cruz with my boys on the Tape Never Lies Network, keeping it 100.
You're watching Keepin' It 100 with Draft Dr. Phil Ottochian and Shane, the smartest man, Marsaw, plus Claudio the Barber. Stay tuned for more Keepin' It 100 right here on ShyCitySports.com and the Tape Never Lies Network.
Hey, what about me? Don't nerds count?
Draft Dr. Phil and the smartest man.
Keeping it 100.
There we go.
Tell 'em, Cars.
Tell 'em, Cars. Everyone forgets poor Cars. That's why I had to play that with him here.
I don't know how with that really memorable, operatic voice of mine that would be more memorable.
I know. What is up with that? What's up with the high pitch?
I love.
One day when I hit puberty, it'll be great.
I love you guys.
Really looking forward to it.
I love your high pitch voice. You're not as high pitch as high pitch Eric. Hello. Anyway, we had to get that in there. We've had some great guests this season as we start to wind down. There's only 5 games left, guys, and we're heading towards Christmas. So we're going to have some fun, always keeping it 100 with you guys. I thought it was a great show tonight. Let's end it with some shout-outs. Cars, do you have anyone you want to shout out tonight?
No, I can't. I don't even know where I am right now. I'm good, thanks.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's been a week.
I give the fucker tweet of the week, and he can't even show me some love.
Why would I ever say something nice about you? It would just be weird. It just wouldn't feel right.
I gave him the recipe for his favorite drink last week, and then tweet of the week this week. So you're having a pretty good run.
Oh my God.
I know.
Are you going to give out that recipe, Shane?
I did. I sent it.
You should give it to the patrons.
I sent it. I'll post it on the Patreon page. But.
So those of you listening in, if you're a patron, you're going to get a special drink.
And it's fantastic.
Shane apparently
This is the worst shout-out music ever.
I couldn't find on this computer. I don't have that other one. What's the other one?
I feel like I should be yelling at you guys.
Yeah, go boom
the
bap.
Of the music should be
that was a boom bap.
That was a terrible beat.
Yeah.
How about this one?
We need a free boom bap beat.
I'm sorry. The what? I'm just really confused right now.
That was cool because I heard the beat with it. Did you guys hear the beat with that?
Yes, it was
This is better.
timed.
This was better though. This is a better beat. All right, Claudio, you got a shout out?
Yeah, I got a few. Why not? Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, Chris and Heather Sandlin for sending me the little koozie here.
Oh, look at that!
Keep my beers cold.
Phil's gonna get one tomorrow when he pays for it.
They sent me a bill. Typical Sandlin. All the things I do.
He's saving up for that new iPhone.
So yeah, and a couple people in the chat. Hector, Mandy.
Oh, Hector's been great tonight. That day. Mandy. HL Priest.
Mandy was loving to cut it out, and Steve Tabin before to cut it out told me don't forget to unmute. So he's looking out for me. So I want to give him a shout out. So there you go. And my wife and kids, even though I'm whatever. So yeah.
There you go. You always got to shout out the wife and the kids.
Yeah, they're not.
This guy's got 4 daughters.
Yeah.
4 daughters.
4 daughters.
You gotta feel sorry for him. Claude, I drove by your new shop the other night. It's in the back of I gotta film it, Shane.
Dude,
it's in the back of a Dunkin' Donuts, and there's windows on the side as you go through the drive.
It's literally the
Steph's
best.
like,
I got
wait,
more.
is this really here?
Yeah, I got
You're
every
getting
single
a lot
person
of people.
Oh my god, every single person that goes in that drive-thru, 2,000 to 3,000 cars a week come through that drive-thru. So they stay
look
right.
at you.
In 1 month, I already got 15 drive-thru customers. Extra obviously.
3 dad haircuts, $3 haircut. Look at that.
No more $3 haircuts. Now they're 27. Now they're 27. They're
Shane
27
Marsaw, you got some shout outs.
Yeah, I'm just going to shout out you guys. Keep it short and sweet. I'm going to shout out George McCaskey because he's going to make the fucking right decision and move on from all these assholes. So, George, got to do the right thing, man. It's time. We deserve better as a fan base. This team needs to start fucking winning. You got to put some powerful people in some powerful positions to right this ship. Got to start taking you got to start taking football serious.
Absolutely.
You're the Chicago fucking Bears. Let's treat them as such. Let's take this shit serious. So there you go.
I
hope he's
love it.
listening.
I hope I want to get him on. Fans, try to get George McCaskey. I'll reach out to my connects. I'll keep it professional. We'll keep it 100. I won't be swearing and stuff with McCaskey here. But...
And we won't play this shitty shout-out music when he's on.
Claude, you're the producer now, Claudio. You got to pick the music for these things.
I understand. I couldn't find the one that we usually use, so
now
I just
you
did
got.
this one.
I gotta.
It
Even
wasn't
with
coming
my
up for some reason.
BHL rant, I'm getting heat. We gotta change my background music.
Well, that's the one you gave me.
This
to
Sunday.
use.
I know.
We'll figure something out. Me, you, and your dad. We'll figure it out.
There you go. We'll figure it out. As Greg Braggs loves to say. I'm gonna keep it short here. Shane always know. You guys were awesome in the chat, but I gotta thank and shout out David Kaplan. True professional, compassionate, strong, came in, keeping it 100. Got him to swear. Got him to cuss.
Yeah, once he found out. A few
times,
He let loose.
Yeah.
I got to cut those clips and put a little highlight together. I want to thank Dan Kelly. I saw Josh E., Chris Jackal. Mandy has been great. Jeff Burton, no matter what Carr says, I thought they were great. I'm going to try to watch the chat. Who stands out like Bullets and Lauren from Hawaii? Bear Truth 9. This guy deserves a big shout out. He's a patron. I don't remember his number. George Holdcroft over there on the West Coast. Just always shouting out the brand. Letting people know. That's the job. Chubbs did a good job tonight. Thunder Girl 80. Hector. Claudia already shouted you. I'm going to shout you out too. Tony, always bringing it. Mo Bierman tonight. My man Will Mookie Hill. Sabs the machine. I always see him. Where's my guy? He's not here tonight. I'm surprised. I saw my boy Funk Jones. He's gonna be coming on. He was in the chat earlier. My boy's gonna be coming on. Jamie Briggs. And I want to shout out Tyler Wozniak. He didn't win the championship. Coach down south at a junior college. Want to shout him out. Patrice Kane, John Lumber, Richard Kern, my boy Will Maggard, Josh Frederick, new patrons William Scott, Michael Hall, Ben West, Tito. Tito showed up on Sunday. BHL, unlike the Bears. People were hard on Tito. They didn't think he had passion. Shane chose him. Mark Alisea, Serg Orts, my boy Ortiz, Julian Alquistoma, JG, Paul, Joe, Jasurda, Jesse, Dom. You guys have been so supportive. Zach Garza. Where's my boy? I gotta thank him for sending me. I have an extra pair of headphones for Claudio because Chris Harold sent them to my house to help Claudio, and a few more. Michael Tran, Antoine Lee, Andrew Brown. I'm wearing his swag tonight. The wrestler, my boy Miguel Lopez Rosende, and the whole swag crew. Everybody, like Jeremy Plashinsky, who's helping out, Kevin Wood. I want to thank Steven Johnson from Shy City Sports for helping out, Luigi Zaccarelli, Mark Egan, he's back, Shane, he's back, Ralph Tribby, Ron Ruppnow. I want to say, hope everything's okay with your health. Michael Imes, how could I forget you? Jake Kramer, Cherie, you got your own song, your own segment. Zach Bradley, John Hullinger, Ryan Hopp, Alec Baldwin, Andre Rel Ramey, Troy L. Rayford, and last but not least, my boy Jim Larison. I'm sending you all the well wishes to you and your family. Everybody's going through tough times. There's Funkster Jones. Everybody's going through it. I just want to shout you all out. Claudio, Cars, Shane, you guys were great tonight. Had a lot of fun. Beats are going to pick up next week. We'll figure it all out. At least we had no StreamYard issues tonight. Knock on wood for that.
I'm sorry. The what?
I can't get enough of that clip, and I hope it makes it.
Oh my God. If you didn't see the open of the show, go back, check it out.
Yeah, because we're not playing it again right now.
We're not playing anything now. No, I agree with you. Where is the outro, Shane? I'm looking for it. Thanks, Ender. Here we go.
This has been a Shy City Sports presentation and a Tape Never Lies Network production. Keeping it 100. Thanks for tuning in.